So I'm excited about the game. It's a pretty stiff breeze, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams utilise it. We saw yesterday where the breeze wasn't quite as strong, what it did to the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. But, yeah, it's all good out here. The Myrtleford Saints are playing in blue socks. So, Robbie, are you all over why they're playing in the blue socks today?
Yeah, it's what they call a well-being round. It's a bit of a thing it's in its sixth year between these two clubs. And it is the hashtag Be Kind to Your Mind Shield they play for. Now, that is decided by the 3 games of football and the 2 games of netball, A and B grade. Whoever gets the most, they take it. And I believe at the moment, Yarrawonga are leading 3-2. So it's been very, very competitive.
I like that. It's a full club-inclusive cup. David Wink, who are we keeping tabs on today on the 40-wing stat sheet?
Well, just looking down there on the ground, I should be taking Bob Jackson. He's just had a kick down there.
Did you see that?
I did see that, Bob. Nice little drop punt.
Both hamstrings are stretched to an inch of their life.
For Myrtleford, we'll take Jackson East number. He was dominant last week for the Saints. Simon Curtis, Lockie Murphy-Dale, Mitch Tenardi, and our Rebel Fitness player of the day from last week, Ashton McPherson. And then for Yarrawonga, Harry Wheeler, Cam Wilson, Lee Masters, Willie Wheeler, and then Lee Williams marks inside forward 50. I think that's an area where he can really get a hold of Myrtleford, and if he can take a few big clunks and kick straight in front of goal, could be the difference.
Bob Jackson, boundary side on O&M Live for Sports Power. Who's your tip?
I've got no reason to go away from my initial tip during the week, Myrtleford Saints. I'll say something right now. I'll never pick against them when they're playing at home.
Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live.
Pretty very similar to Bobby Jackson there. I'll stick with Myrtleford, my tip, particularly if Ryan Bruce and Mickey Gibbons out. I think that really strengthens support the cause.
David Wink on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, I'll stick with Myrtleford Saints for this one, Gussie. I think Yarrawonga will put up a good fight, but Saints will be too strong.
Myrtleford by 2 goals for mine as well. The stage is set. Myrtleford will be kicking to the Mount Buffalo end of the ground. The Pigeons will be kicking to the left of your screen on Snap Print Solutions O&M TV. And they are kicking to the town end. Bob Jackson's boundary side for Sports Power. David Wink on the 40-wing stat sheet this afternoon. Myself, Gus McLeod, and Roy McKinlay with you. Thanks to the Wangaratta Pump Shop. And it's Myrtleford versus the Yarrawonga Pigeons in a standalone Sunday special. For A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live, it's Robbie McKinlay.
Thank you, Gussie. Riley Smith won the first tap. He hunts after the footy himself, keeps hunting after it. A tackle his opponent without the football, though. The free kick will go the way of Reed Clark. At the back end of the defensive centre square for Yarrawonga. Pumps it long to half forward. Goes over the head of Calveen. Calveen hunted down by Frontfelder. Frontfelder gathers for Yarrawonga. Shimmied, shaked, centres the ball. Beautifully up they go. Like a jack in the box. He's been awarded the free kick. Bob Jackson, what did you see? It's going to go the way of Zach Fraser. 25 out, tight angle.
Front on contact by Simon Curtis. He unfortunately going... Both players had eyes for the footy, but the forward usually gets the free kick out of that one.
Here he goes, plays on, screw over his left shoulder's a beauty. Zach Fraser gets the first goal on the board. It'll be a steal line goal of the day contender, don't you worry about that. A nice start there, David Wink.
Certainly, Zach Fraser, Lukey Francis's man, had 21 and 2 last week against the Raiders, and that's a big contest from him to go back with the fly of the ball and finishes nicely. Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, that was both players showed enormous amount of courage there. Just a matchup. Brody Riccardi has started on the wing for Myrtleford here, boys. That's a little bit further up the ground than what he's used to.
Of course we are. I used to see him kick goals closer to home. Got the long sleeves on today, Brody. Looks to be a fresh one as well. In the middle. Tap was one down comfortably by Smith. Crumbed his own work. Umpires found a whistle.
It's held without
a free kick.
Gus.
Gee, I got more hair than Bobby. Come on. Riley Smith up to centre half forward for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Intercepted as Chris went for the ball. Munro got a handball in the nick of time. Head over the football was Big Jack Elliott. They're dropping like soldiers as Myrtleford pump it inside forward 50. At the back of the contest, doing well, was Hanrahan. Shovels it out wide. Masters now for the Pigeons. Wants to use a bit of a give and go. Hot on his tail was Harrington. Working hard is Masters once again. Sharp.
Ooh.
Pushes him.
Hamstring.
Oh, and Bob Jackson will go to you shortly for Sports Power. Lee Masters looks to have hurt himself.
Yeah, running at full tilt there to receive a handball. Look, he's grabbing a high hamstring.
As Thomason fumbles for Myrtleford Alpine Saints on hands and knees. Urquhart feeds it out to Wheeler. Harry and Willie link up, and Yarrawonga go long down the line.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one, Bobby. Lee Masters, let's see if he makes his way here to the interchange. It's on the far side of the ground, centre wing. Lee Williams has done well. Involved a couple of times. Cam Wilson might have got one high. And the umpire says, no, give it to me. Let's just check on Lee Masters. He's continuing to stay out there. Bob, he's running towards Matty Munro at the moment.
Yeah, he's just trying to run it off. So it's very early for a cramp, or it might have been just a spasm in the high hamstring there on his left leg. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Trainer's at his side now.
When you have an ACL, they often take a tendon from the hamstring, so that could be something he's recovering from as well.
Yeah, it's fair shout too. Harry Wheeler has the free kick. He pumps Yarrawonga inside forward 50. Cohill's there over the back, all on his own. Snapping over his left shoulder. This is a goal to Nick Fothergill. If you don't mind, what a start by the Pigeons. 2 goals win in 3 minutes. They lead at 12-0. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. And that was A-grade finish, David Wink.
Certainly was. 2 inside 50s to the Yarrawonga, and they've hit the scoreboard twice now. Really looking effective as they're going inside forward 50.
Geez, they look sharp around the ball, don't they? They from half back, the entries from Myrtleford, and really getting some rebound. We just fingers crossed that it's great to see Nick Fothergill back playing some really good footy, and Lee Masters. Well, he's been one of our favourite for a long time. We just want him to have a good run at it this year, so close eye on that.
Is he staying on the ground, Bob? Or
He's still at centre half back. He's on the muncher at the moment.
So considering there's been a goal and he hasn't come off, let's just say it's safe to say he's going to be okay. Here's the big ruckman, Jack Elliott. On cue as Masters, tackled quickly. Umpire said holding the ball, free kick to Munro and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. He plays on the left boot quickly, out towards Jackson East.
He's
tracking
no good.
it
He's
towards
no good.
the boundary. Now it's on to Tanati. Tanati for Myrtleford Alpine Saints, chipping inside 50. Thomason the target. Chris flew across and marked opportunistically.
Oh, this is terrible.
Jeez, I hope it's a
Inside
hamstring.
forward 50. Mark has been taken for Myrtleford. It looks to be Jack True, and we'll go boundary side. Bob Jackson for Sports
He's
Power.
writhing in pain as if he's done something familiar.
Knee,
So
Bob.
He's the knee.
He's been holding his
Grabbed
right
his knee on
He
the
could not
screen,
keep his feet, Gussie. And Jake Sharp was one of the first players over there to go and offer some assistance and support.
That's bloody devastating. That
it's
is.
done
You
look
hate
good.
seeing that sort of stuff.
So the umpires have called for a break in play here, and I think we're going to have the stretcher come onto the ground at the 4.5-minute mark here on O&M Live and the Macca's time clock. Tell you what, this is just the most gut-wrenching news. If you just joined the broadcast, Lee Masters, in the first play of the game, looked to have suffered what we thought was a hamstring-related injury. He stayed on the ground, and now his knee is buckled
Right
in only
knee.
his second game back
Well, he's
from an ACL.
Just watching it, boys. He sort of he feigned it as if he knew what was wrong because he's done it before, and he looks like he's got his hands in his head in his hands right now, and it's a solemn sight, isn't it, lads?
They just called the
Bobby,
stretcher.
he tried to get up before. He tried to run, and he collapsed. He could not stand up, and he's gone back down again now.
We won't make, I suppose, a
Stretcher's
medical...
just heading out now, boys.
Yeah, we won't make a medical assessment until we can speak to them because he's held the front of his knee. Typically an ACL, when you do one, and Lee Masters has, you grab the back of your knee. So,
Didn't you just say no medical advice?
well, I'm just going to say we're not going to make an assessment, but I will try and give my 2 bobs worth whilst we're doing so. So
Yes.
only 2 goals to speak of so far. We might get some 40-wing stats from David Wink here in the interim as the stretcher makes its way onto the ground.
Clearances so far. Myrtleford lead that 2-1 out of the centre. Inside forward 50s, 4 to Myrtleford, 2 to Yarrawonga, where they've hit the scoreboard both times. Harry Wheeler with a couple stats on the 40-wing stat sheet too.
Because the initial, in the call, we thought, the way he pulled up was a hamstring, and then he regathered himself. He was then got involved in the play, and he was actually penalised for holding to the ball. And then when he was trying to get up after that, Gussie took off Lee Masters, and he couldn't run. He could not get anywhere, and which to me suggests that, it's a right knee. He's in a lot of trouble.
Just without delving into areas we don't know too much of, Gus, when you said they take a tendon from your hamstring, does that make the hamstring a little bit weaker, or?
Well, I'm only speaking from my experience.
Yep.
And I'm not an athlete at all, but I have had ACL reconstructions, and what they do to replace the ACL is they shave part of your hamstring tendon off because that's a ligament that can grow back when the muscle fibres can reconform, and that then becomes your new ACL. So players that have done knees and an ACLs typically have weaker hamstrings as a result of that if you don't do the work. So that was my initial assessment, that it might have been his hamstring as a potential. We don't know, but what we do know as fact, Bob, is that Lee Masters is being carried off the ground on a stretcher 4 minutes into his second return game.
Yeah, it's just a look of disbelief. got the field glasses on Lee as he comes off, and it's just, it doesn't look good. Look, he's not in pain, but we know, with knees, and it's not the pain that's the worry, Gussie. It's what's coming up over,
Absolutely, and we know that Michael Gibbons is a late out for today's game as well with soft tissue injuries, and Ryan Bruce suffered an ACL last week. Yarrawonga just cannot take a trick on the injury front. So Lee Masters has left the field of play. Ryder Stevens has entered, and the ball's in the hands of Jack Truant for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in front of the scoreboard here at the McNamara Reserve, the Macca's scoreboard, and his Myrtleford Saints desperately need this one. So he'll kick from 35 on a slide angle. Truant makes solid connection, looks to be pretty good, and the Saints respond. So Myrtleford 1 straight 6, Yarrawonga 2 straight 12. That's on the Macca's scoreboard. We've played 8.5 minutes for Club Mulwala.
Yeah, he showed signs last week, Jack Truant, didn't he, of really being an influence inside that forward 50 for Myrtleford. He had plenty of opportunities, and the style of play that they played with that open, fast-moving ball play that they had was the recipient of a lot of shots on goal. And today he's off and running as well, and he's nailed his first one, which he failed to do so a few times last week.
12 disposals, 1 goal, 3, I reckon, last week on debut for the Myrtleford Saints.
All right, back in the middle, Riley Smith. He's made a big start to this game up against Tommy Gorman. Willie Wheeler hammers the ball for Yarrawonga inside forward 50. Oh, elusive work by Fraser. Got around one and has delivered a beautiful pass inside forward 50. And Yarrawonga, through the agency of Benny Cohill, will have a shot on goal, 35 metres out. Pretty well directly in front, Bob.
Yeah, Zach Fraser nice and strong at the ball there, wasn't he? He looks like he's spent a bit of time in the Steel Jungle. As Luke Francis said last week, he looks like he's real strong and fit, and he's provided a bit of a handful already. So
Cogill on the netball flank. Yarrawonga currently 12-6. 35 out. He's kicked it high. I tell you what, he's hit the post. It's just swung late, collected the post. So Minor scored a Benny Cogill. And Yarrawonga lead it by 7, 13-6. And we've gone on the Macca's time clock around about 10 minutes.
Great to have Club Mulwala on board once again, boys, in 2026. Of course, the juggernaut in Yarrawonga Mulwala, Club Mulwala. Done a bit of damage there in my time, Wink. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, I've been kicked out of there once or twice.
Murphy-Dale found Brent across half-back for the Tricolours. Chipping ball to the lead. Bit too much on it. Over the top, spills its way to Riccardi. Riccardi trying to find Pandas, mate.
Ooh.
Reese Grant is our effects. Mike really kicks into gear here, right in front of Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
Yeah, a little bit of a late tackle there. Old Reese just got a bit of a nose rub in the turf.
You expect that in the big
Pandas,
time.
mate, yeah.
Gorman got the tap. Smith's there out the back. Tanati brilliantly kicks to the advantage of Lockie Murphy-Dale. He runs onto this. Look out. He went left. He went right. Back left. Back right. Kick inside. Finds Thomason. Beautiful bit of work there from the classy Lockie Murphy-Dale, and was fed by another classy operator, Mitch Tanati.
Yeah, and the thing that stood out to me at that stoppage was the deft hands of Dick Breen. He was beautiful off the back of the stoppage. It gave Mitch Tanati that disposal that Robbie just called there, and Lockie Murphy-Dale, he's an excitement machine whenever he gets near the ball, and we love watching plays like that.
So Thomason on debut last week. He kicked 2 goals, 3. He was very impressive, did a lot of good work in and around that forward line. He kicks from 45 metres out. Kick on the way, holds up a little bit in the breeze, swings left. He might have kicked it. Oh, he has. All clear. So Thomason gets Myrtleford second. Yarrawonga lead at 2-1-13. The Saints 2 straight 12. It has been very fast, open, tidy football so far.
5 inside 50s already for the Myrtleford Saints, looking really dangerous. And Cooper Thomason impressed on debut last week, Bobby. Looked very dangerous in front of goal. A pretty relaxed operator, but can seriously play. Yeah,
in combination with Jack Truant, who's just come to the bench for a spell. Those two guys are going to be welcome additions in that side, that forward 50. They're going to be a dangerous handful of players in there for Myrtleford this year.
If you just joined the broadcast, Lee Masters taken from the ground on a stretcher with a suspected knee injury once again. Devastating news for the Pigeons. Back in the middle, Myrtleford get it going their way from the centre clearance. Working hard here is Brent. Handball didn't quite hit the intended target. Myrtleford under the pump now as the ball sits for Wilson. Wilson for the Pigeons, kicking inboard. Finds the target in Fothergill, who's a kick and a half from home. Wants to arc around onto his trusted right boot. Lee Williams the target, 1 out in the square. Reckon he was blocked out of that contest. Umpire said no. Ferguson mops up nicely, finds Mioto, and the Saints are out across half-back.
Yeah, I reckon he was stiff there, Gussie. Lee Williams, that kick went the other way, but it was a real 50-50 call. East might have been knocked over. That might have been a little bit of a square up there. Play on to call. It's scrambly in there now. This one's not going to... Now it does break out. Good work. Oh, Mioto's in trouble here. He'll have to handball it out in a hurry. He does play on to call. Pack of players come in and over the top. The free kick's going to go the way here of Yarrawonga, and it's been picked out. It's going to go the way of Josh Payne, Gussie. True centre wing. We have gone 13 minutes. Yarrawonga lead 13-12.
Payne just kicks it straight back to where it came from, and Curtis, the recipient of the intercept mark for the Tricolours. He plays on, attacks the corridor. Munro the target. Too much on it for him. It allowed Bren to come off his line and feed it back to the Munch. Here's Matty Munro inside 50. Sharp's got a paddock of space. Back onto Munro. This is Myrtleford at their best. And Matty Munro seals the deal. Steel line goal of the day from Matt Munro on the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. That is absolute class, Bobby J.
You're exactly right, and you called the pants off at Gus there. It all started across half-back with Simon Curtis, just controlling the play down there, and then they just do a 45 into the middle of the ground and off and running, and downhill, as good as you've seen it. And Matty Muncher, he's well renowned for his fitness and his running capabilities. He just linked up beautifully there and finished off, the play. This is, it's good to watch footy. This is so good.
Bobby, I think it was again Declan Bren just got that hot inside a handball to Munro as well. And
Spot on, Robbie.
he didn't have a lot of time to work with, and Munro just had the class to gather it in one-handed, and yes, set up that goal. Brilliant footy. Gee, it's an open game so far, and look, I don't mind it too. The umpires have let this go a bit.
They have.
I think everyone's pretty happy with that.
From where I was sitting, that handball looked like a Peter Sterling pass from the back of the scrum from the Parramatta Eels back in the 80s.
Whoa, now we're
Not
talking,
suggesting,
Bobby.
not suggesting.
And very big Eric Grove, the winger from that era too, passed away. Here comes
no.
Riccardi, inside forward 50 for the Saints again. They've got numbers out the back here. Whooper Irvine's handball was chopped down, knocked down. Excellent play.
He was a dominant winger before wingers got really big, wasn't he? He was the guru.
My word.
We're going to whistle off the ball here. The umpires have found a free kick. I think it's going to go the way of Yarrawonga. Cam Wilson, the recipient. Did you catch that one, Bob or Wink?
No, I
I
didn't.
think there's a little bit of scruffing off the ball,
Del
boys.
Bosco was there with Harry Wheeler. A couple of likely candidates, lads.
Nice kick inboard. Finds the intended target in Maxi Finlay from Cam Wilson. On the edge of the square. Chips it short one. Finds Big Jack, the ruckman. Former Roxburgh Park captain. He does what good ruckmen do. They don't try and bite off more than they can chew. Clark, long down the line for Yarra. Fothergill lost his footing. McPherson kept attacking the ball. Lee Williams appealing for the free kick. They won't get it. Out of bounds on the forward 50 arc. Myrtleford lead 3 straight 18 to Yarra. 2-1-13. It's on the Macca's scoreboard. We'll go to David Wink quickly for a 40-wing stats update.
Cam Wilson leading the way on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's up to 3 disposals already in this first term.
Remind me to tell you a great story about Eric Grove. Bobby in an orange. Play on here, Maraca. Got through traffic, did well. His handball was a bit of hit and hope in the end. Put Jackson East under a lot of pressure, and a brilliant tackle there from Josh Payne. And he's won a free kick for Yarrawonga between wing and half forward. A lead by Gorman. He ignores it. He goes long. Out the back. Williams was pushed off the ball. No play on to call. Gee, was buffered around in traffic there. A lot of numbers over the footy. Myrtleford are going to hold it in. It won't go anywhere. And it'll be a ball up. 15 metres out from the Yarrawonga goal. Myrtleford lead 18-13. Here is Gus McLeod for Wang Pump Shop.
And I reckon we're going to get another stoppage here. Now, Robbie McKinlay, I've just had this photo sent through from the Ovens and Murray General Manager. Can you describe what the best cameraman in the world, Travis Cartwright, is using to protect his camera?
It's going to...
please.
It looks
Oh, you're going to love this, Bob.
I can see it.
It is gold.
He's got a little umbrella.
It looks like the umbrella out of a cocktail.
I was about to say it's a cocktail umbrella.
does.
What are you doing, Trevi?
It looks to be something you'd get at
In
Club,
Tokyo.
At Club Mulwala when you order a pina colada. Here's Yarrawonga in the hands of Brad Ryan with a searching handball. Great work from Wilson. And they go long down the line via McKenna. The Pigeons out of bounds on the full. It's going to be a free kick to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, tied up in their defensive back pocket.
Let's just hope Brad Thompson doesn't throw that in the back of the U.
Yes,
Bobby J.
exactly right.
That is so cute, that umbrella, Travis. I can just see it out the corner of my eye. And, well, he's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
And he's a celebrity up here. He can do what he wants, really.
He's Mr. Myrtleford.
A-lister.
Calvin marks it, centre half back. He sees the run from Harrington. Harrington, gee, had a rattling game last Sunday. Runs his full measure, drives it to half forward, over the back. Clever work there by the Yarrawonga defence. They're going to get out of trouble. Jimmy Hanrahan. Oh, he's been pinged for a throw. I think he's been pinged for a throw. It was Geordie Urquhart was tackled by Jack Truan, and he'll nearly have the journey here. I might come back onto that one, Bobby.
I think this breeze is going to help him a little bit. I think it's going to be coming over his right shoulder a little bit too. I'm thinking the right-hand goalpost here, boys. You've got a perfect view of it there.
Yeah, it's a good call. This is where the great Paddy from Raiders kicked his 100th goal that year from the same spot here. Winky, help me out.
Yeah, no, I was there.
Paddy Rose.
Paddy Rose, kick on the way, and he is allowed a little bit too much, Bob. And it's gone knocked through in the end. Paddy Rose, yeah, brought up his 100, and about 2 minutes later at the JC Low Oval, Brendan Favola brought up his ton, Gus. It was an extraordinary day on round 18 of OMFNL Live.
I reckon Paddy kicked 6 in that last game to bring it up too.
Correct.
19 plays 13 for Maccas. Myrtleford lead the Pigeons. Whooper Irvine at fullback for Yarrawonga. Long down the netball court side. Was Ryan held? Umpire says no, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Slightly into attack on centre wing for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Bob Jackson, boundary side for Sports Power. Any updates on Lee Masters?
Yes, boys. He's just made his way back to the bench, and the trainers are putting the old ice on the front and the back of the knee at the moment as we speak, just getting the old shrink wrap applied to the bags of ice. So, sad sight. A very, very sad
Horrible
sight.
news. Lee Masters, his day is done. Up towards half forward goes Maraca for the Saints. Whooper Irvine's been busy in the last few minutes. Intercepting kick, long down the line. Big contest. Tommy Gorman, he made an impact. Now Jake Sharp for Myrtleford. On the right boot, attacks the corridor. Gee, this young Thomason's made an impact at O&M level. Kicks to half forward. Munro the target. Oh, good hands from Munro. Hanrahan was up to the challenge. He got a spoil. Then he kicks long down the line to a one-on-one contest. Fraunfelder's marked in front of Calvin. Back onto Reed Clark. Here's Clark kicking to the town end, and Yarrawonga missed to the left-hand side for a minor score. Reed Clark couldn't quite steer that one through. Yarrawonga moved to 2-2. Myrtleford 3-1. Club Mulwala scoreboard.
How good's the footy, Bobby?
Oh, geez. We talk about Myrtleford's run and gun. Well, hold my beer. Yarrawonga just one into the other. That was fantastic. The spoil in the back 50, and then the flow of football through the middle of the ground with Reed Clark that just couldn't quite finish off the play. It was fantastic, boys. We're on for a good one today.
Simon Curtis played on. He kicked it towards Chris, but went over his head. Now it's swung back straight at the defensive goal square. Curtis, look away handball. No one was looking except one man who misses to the left-hand side, Zach Fraser, the red-headed warrior.
Looks very dangerous down there.
He has looked extremely dangerous. He's like Gussie McLeod at his best at Club Mulwala back in his day. Take it away, Gus.
I'm 26. I'm still in my day, Robert.
Oh, yeah, geez, mate.
In your prime, Gussie.
I was still doing my apprenticeship then.
So Brady Sharp with the kicking duties at the town end for Myrtleford.
I pulled my head in about 46, I reckon.
19 plays 15 for Maccas. Saints in front. Tenardi the target. Made a contest. Brought it front and centre. Calvin dispossessed. Fraser once again intercepting for Yarra. Top of the goal square. Gorman was the target. Brought it front and centre. McPherson's under the pump for Myrtleford. Now Curtis got it from Sharp. The Saints survive a scare as they kick out to the Mount Buffalo side.
Yeah, wasn't that good hands by Jake Sharp to Miotto. Miotto hunts after the footy. He's got some support around him. Wow. He says, nah, stuff it, I'll kick it, and I'll go down the ground. Over the back, Riley Smith takes a good grab. He can chip it across to Lockie Murphy-Dale. Murphy-Dale on the run. Intercept Marcus, missed. Murphy-Dale might pounce. Needs a good bounce. Gavard, hurry handball. Couldn't quite get the journey. Now it does to Riley Sharp. Onto Matty Munro. Banana for a goal. What a beauty. Matty has a couple. And that is a steal-on goal of the day contender. Sensational football again. They took it from coast to coast. What a goal. That is one of the play of the days. O&M Live. You don't miss a thing, Bobby Jackson. That was unbelievable.
You certainly don't, mate. Well called, buddy. Well called. That started, again, no coincidence. Simon Curtis, directing traffic on the way out. He realised that there was nothing through the middle, so he fanned it out wide to Miotto, who's a much, much improved player and really played well last week in that link-up role. And the muncher. Gee whiz, he's playing some really good footy. He was sensational last week in his step. He's taken off from where he left off last week.
Glad you brought up that contest from Lockie Miotto, Bobby, because that was brilliant. The one-on-one that he got over on that far side really started that play.
10-point lead to Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They're starting to get busy and they're going to break away again. Maraka fed it onto Harrington, had his pocket picked. And now here come the Pigeons. Fronfelder to centre half forward. The Saints go back with courage, but Williams is in the hole. Cooper Courtney, the late inclusion. Back onto the coach. Shot on goal comes from Wheeler. Oh, no good.
Leg break.
Minor score. Got an absolute mongrel bounce from Willie Wheeler. Myrtleford going to play on quickly because there's a quick play on. It's going to sit for Del Bosco, who's got it across half back.
Yeah, great call, Gussie. Del Bosco goes short. Here's a chance here for Riley Sharp out the back. Good work by Forge. Got it back there nicely to Josh Payne, who's impressed today. The kick was a little bit hot, but Willie Wheeler's going to claim this. Did that come off Simon Curtis's boot for out of bounds on the full? Yeah, that's right, Robbie. It did, mate. It's one of those real tight ones we often see. Thank you very much, Bobby Jackson, down boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Believe it or not, I was watching something else, mate. Like, I was just watching what was going on behind the ball, and then I was going to provide something really insightful, and now you can jam it up your clacker.
Yeah, mate, I would not put you under the bus. You know that. Now, there's what's happening here. We've got a little bit of indecision. Oh, we've got a blood rule.
You can jam it up your clacker.
Yeah, there you go. We've got a blood rule. I'll tell you, we could have another blood rule if Bobby Jackson gets up
right
here
now,
and gets hold of me.
If there's any eclairs that go up there today, and I don't get one, there will be all hell to pay for.
40 Winks' stats update. David Wink.
Myrtleford 10 inside forward 50s to Yarrawonga's 8. We've got a real contest going end to end here.
Well, you haven't told me what happened there, boys. I'm going to assume it came off Curtis's boot. Take it away, Angus.
Thanks, Robbie. Vawanga at a pump shop, long down the line. Intercept marks galore from Myrtleford Alpine Saints and Jake Sharp. He's standing up as the floating winger. He finds Del Bosco, the captain for Myrtleford, on his non-preferred. Netball court side, long down the line. Did Riley Sharp keep it in? Umpire said no, out of bounds on the full. Yarrawonga play on quickly. Ball's in the hands of Forge, who's got it between centre wing and half back for the Hoops. Coming inboard, Fothergill works his way up the ground. Haven't gained too much distance here. Fothergill now stands on the defensive 50.
It sort of needs a bit of a break, this game, Gussie. It's been moving so quick.
I reckon the switch is what they might need to do. Anyway, we'll wait and see what plays out. Josh Payne, happy to chip the ball.
He's been good.
Into the hands of Brad Ryan. Myrtleford currently lead 4-1-25 to 2-4-16. Macca's scoreboard. Here's Brad Ryan, former Tatura captain, long down the line. I reckon there's going to be a free kick here for a push in the back. It's against Elliott, and it's going to go the way of big Riley Smith. I'd love to see him kick it to our side of the ground. Any danger, please, Riley? No, he's going to keep it out there. Long down the line goes Riley Smith. Could be a turnover once again. Sharp Riley. Got there a bit late. Free kick to Harry Wheeler, the captain for Yarrawonga.
Just an injury update. Cooper Courtney just came off for the blood. Really, he had a fair bit of blood coming from the old Hooter boys. So he's just going inside to get that patched up and cleaned up, and he'll be back out.
Nice work there, Bob. Harry Wheeler.
Speaking of Hooters.
Yes. You thrown to me?
Yes, mate. You got a big nose.
All right, there. You're a good operator, aren't you? I didn't throw you under the bus here before.
It's going to be a frosty car rider. This is the first
been a smart ass. So pumps the ball in. Oh, up they go. And this lad, Charlie McKenna, can play a bit. He wears the same number as Jess Koopman, and he looks a little bit like him.
Good call, mate. He floated in. He floated in from the side there beautifully, and that was a nice mark, wasn't it? He's kicking into the teeth of the breeze, so that's going to take every bit of his best from that pocket there. And I'm with you, Gussie. The dangerous side's this side of the ground where we're sitting here, so that both sides need to attack from this side.
Left to right, he'll need to go hit. Left goal post will be the target. McKenna, and he kept it right, and it is never going to work back into that breeze either. So a minor score there to Yarrawonga. 2-5-17. Trail Myrtleford 4-1-25. We've gone 26 minutes, but Gussie, we lost about 4 minutes with the injury to Lee Masters.
Yeah, I reckon potentially even 5. So I reckon this term will go well and truly into the half an hour mark. Bobby J, how many goals would you say the advantage is that Myrtleford are kicking with?
I'm going to say it's probably maybe a 3-goal advantage.
Okay. So they'd need to maybe build on their current 9-point lead as Reece Grant goes short to Crisp. Across half-back in front of the canteen here at Myrtleford. Short ball finds Jack True, and he's worked his way up the ground for Myrtleford.
Hang a minute, you blokes. Which way have you got the breeze going here?
Myrtleford's way.
You reckon?
Well, that's what Bob, our boundary rider for Sports Power, is telling me. Not a great deal of breeze until Winky drops his guts in the broadcast box, Big Max.
You'll feel it.
That's a 3-goal breeze, I can tell you that much. Here's Big Jack Elliott on centre wing. The kids like that one. He plays on for the hoops, kicks up to half forward. Tommy Gorman the target. Great defensive work coming through was Reece Grant.
Yep.
Got a big fist on it, and it gets it out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Myrtleford lead 25-17, thanks to Maccas here in the first term.
Reece Grant carrying that Myrtleford back six like he carried Panda in that
Yes.
8-run partnership.
A bit of a shallow throw in from the boundary umpire. You certainly wouldn't have seen that at Gindra yesterday. Off halfback, good kick. Might have been Harrington. Nicely trapped there. Oh, swooped upon it was Reed Clark running through. Got a handball to Basil Fronfelder. Hurry kick, high up and under. Williams surely gets a mark or a free kick. He's paid the mark. I tell you what, Lee Williams has earned every bit of that over the last 25 minutes of this first quarter. He has been thrown around, ragdolled, and he's finally got a chest mark, Bob.
Yeah, you've nailed it there, mate. He's had some very close attention throughout this first quarter, and the champion that he is, he just keeps working away until it goes his way.
He runs around now and he snaps it truly for a goal. Gee, finished that off beautifully. He had it planned, he set it up, and he's nailed it. So he keeps the Pigeons back into it. As the Buffalo Soldier ad comes up on the scorebooks, and now we've got the Gus 25-23. Myrtleford lead Yarrawonga. Thank you very much. You pulled me out of the under the bus there, Gus.
Buffalo Soldier.
Oh.
David Wink for some 40-wing stats.
Simon Curtis leads all comers on the 40-wing stat sheet with 6. Harry Wheeler with 5 leads Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Bob Marley down there in the boundary, is it?
We haven't even played 30 minutes of football yet, and this is the crap we're rolling up.
We've lost the
A
plot.
Sunday special on O&M Live.
As long as Bob doesn't start rolling them up down there, we'll be right.
Hanging out with the Marley boys. Back in the middle, here's Willie Wheeler. How characteristic is that from him? Breaks away from the contest. His handball was smothered. Tanardi yet to have a real impact on this game just yet. As Yarrawonga get the ball deep inside forward 50. Williams once again. Oh, he's stiff not to get the mark. Absolutely stiff. Ball's at ground level. Myrtleford going to break away with McPherson. I tell you what more did he have to do to mark that one, Bobby J?
That was a public mauling, wasn't it, really?
Well, inside 50 again. Whooper Irvine finds the intended target. Playing on here is Fraser. The little dynamo. Does he bend it back? You bet he does. Leroy was warrobbed, and it might have been Zach Fraser that come and took his cash because he's put it through the big sticks. Yarrawonga hit the lead. 29 plays 25 on O&M Live. Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
No wonder he's Luke Francis' favourite. That was a classy finish. You know, he led into space, and Whooper Irvine hit him on the. You know, he lace out, fantastic. You know, there's other avenues to go on now. Big Lee's getting mauled down there, front and centre. So there's other guys popping up in that forward 50. Fothergill's dangerous, Fraser's dangerous, Cogill's dangerous, and now Big Jack Elliott's rolling down to that forward 50 as well. So, well, we've got some firepower on display here, lads. It's going to be a cracker.
Not wrong there, Bobby. 2 to Fraser now. And we've got 2 to Munro. So what a contest we've got here. Things are warming up here. At a cooler Myrtleford today. It was about 28 degrees last week as Harry Wheeler breaks through the middle of the ground. Handball to Forge. Forge puts a tumbler in. You think it'll go closer to the netball goal post than the football post. Well done by Fraser again. Got a handball back to Fothergill. Fothergill goes short. Can't find Cogill. I think he left it for Lee Williams in the end, but it was very tight to the boundary. And the boundary umpire says, I will throw it in just adjacent to the behind post. Yarrawonga lead 29-25. That is on the Macca's scoreboard. Angus McLeod.
Thanks, Robert. Hope you're enjoying the call for A-grade oils and batteries.
I am.
As the ball comes back into play, give it to Smith now. Jackson East. Tackled as he went to kick. Maraka gets involved, and so does McPherson. Umpire calls for a restart.
Gus, you mentioned Tanardi hadn't had as much effect today. I'd say the same for Jackson East too.
Yeah.
How many on the 40 winks, David?
2 for Jackson East, 3 for Mitch Tanardi.
Good shout, Robbie.
Ball up, 40 from goal. Yarrawonga's attacking end. Gang tackle for Myrtleford. Umpire says we'll bring it back into play. Umpires today, the men in green, Richard Bull, Jeff Bassett and Brenton Poole have been doing a good job so far. So we have a boundary throw in. 50 metres out, netball court side for Yarrawonga.
Thank you, Gus. Riley Smith wrestling, throwing his opponent of the round. Got the tap to a lot of congestion. Was there a high one? No, play on's a call. Handball East was good. Mioto kicks down the line. Out the back, Urquhart read it well. Hurry kick in towards forward 50. Up they fly. Cogill went hard at it. Ball's at ground level here. What can they do? Kick was smothered. Winky will still give that a stat. Don't worry about that. Yarrawonga have got the chance. Was that high? No. Play on's a call. Gee, the tackling. It's rugged and it's tough in there. It's congested. It is game on. They're calling for a free kick. Umpire says, give it to me. 29-25, Yarrawonga lead Myrtleford, and we have gone 32 minutes. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. Here's Angus McLeod.
Smith won the tab. Harry Wheeler got it towards the top of the goal square. Spills out the back as Nick Fothergill once again out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. David Wink, give us some 40-wing stats.
Harry Wheeler up to 7 disposals already on the 40-wing stats after having 28 last week against the Raiders.
4-point lead here after 32 minutes for Maccas on O&M Live in favour of the Yarrawonga Pigeons. We've got a ruck raffle here.
Got a rethrow in.
Got a rethrow in.
That wind's really strong over that side of the ground.
Bob, is anyone running with Jackson East?
No, not as yet.
Yeah.
I just think that they're playing accountable football all across the board, Yarrawonga.
Yep.
So boundary throw in. 40 metres out from Yarra goal. Smith just took it out of the ruck. Couldn't quite get there, big Jack Elliott. Munro, slick hands onto Jackson East, right on cue. Down the line, he finds Thomason. And the siren sounds here for quarter time at the McNamara Reserve. It was a 33-minute quarter. And at quarter time, Yarrawonga lead, 4-5-29 to Myrtleford, 4-1-25 here on O&M Live. We'll take a break and bring you the second term after this. On O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set,
Find your perfect fit at the Athlete's Foot.
On 2AY.
Quarter time at the McNamara Reserve sees the Saints trailing the Pigeons 4-1-25 to 4-5-29. Repeating the gut-wrenching news, Lee Masters in his second game back from an ACL has been stretchered from the ground with a knee complaint. We'll get over to catch up with the Yarrawonga Pigeon assistant coach very, very shortly. Might even try and do that now. Bob Jackson, he's got Michael Gibbons.
I've got Gibbo with me, boys. Heartbreaking news about Leroy, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's actually shattering. Yeah, not much can be said there. It's not good at all.
Geez, the ball's hanging around, mate. It's a quick game of footy.
Yeah, well, it's what we're trying to get better at this year is to actually control the footy a bit more. So that was the messaging then again. So a bit more kick mark. They're sweating on the turnovers. 9 scoring shots, so we're still in it, but we just want to play it on more in our terms.
There's some firepower in each forward 50, isn't there? The Myrtleford guys are dangerous, along with your fellas. Young Zach Fraser has popped up and been. He looks a real handful.
Yeah, he's turning himself into a really, really good player, and I think we're going to try and manipulate that a bit this quarter. So put him deep and let him work his tricks. So yeah, he's a player.
Good stuff. Thanks, Gibbo.
There's Michael Gibbons, boundary side with Bob Jackson. We'll get a premix King quarterbacks now with David Wink. I'll tell you what, plenty of options to choose from, Winky.
There certainly is for Yarrawonga. That man that Michael Gibbons just mentioned, Zach Fraser, he was electric in that first quarter. Looked really dangerous inside forward 50. And then for Myrtleford, I've got 3 blokes. I thought Matty Munro looked really dangerous. Simon Curtis had a lot of footy. But I thought Declan Brent, his little touch handballs, deep in congestion, really let the Myrtleford running game start. And a lot of the plays where they went inside forward 50 and looked dangerous started with him at the middle of the ground.
Bob Jackson, boundary side for Sports Power. Myrtleford's still deep in discussion.
I might grab Muzz here on the way out and just quiz them. They've been in for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll wait for you to go to hold of Brad Murray.
Yep, he's coming towards me right now.
Bob Jackson, he knows he's coming. This is where Bobby's at his absolute best here. The coaches just know he's coming. Here's Bob with Brad Murray.
You've kept the boys in a little bit longer, mate. What was that all about?
Oh, no, we're just a bit off, I think. Yarra brought the heat. We didn't really respond to it. So, yeah, across the board, D50 stoppages were a bit loose. So, yeah, hopefully we can get a response out of the boys this quarter.
Geez, the ball's zinging about through that middle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's hot footy and obviously a bit of a breeze too. So, again, we lack composure. So hopefully we can turn around this quarter.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
There's Brad Murray, boundary side with Bob Jackson. Before we get underway in the second term, David Wink, who's leading the 40-wing stat sheet?
So for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, Simon Curtis with 6, and then Harry Wheeler with 7 on the 40-wing stat sheet. Gussie.
Inside 50s for 4 goals apiece.
10 to Myrtleford, 13 for Yarrawonga, so pretty even there.
And how's that breeze, boundary side, Bobby J? Still going the way of Mount Buffalo?
Yeah, it is. It's predominantly blowing across the ground. Probably, if it's going to favour any way at all, it's probably heading directly towards the netball courts if I'm going to be putting my reputation on it.
Well, here we go. The second term's underway with Robbie McKinlay, all thanks to Jacob Hino.
We got Stevie Johnston in the house too, lads, up here. Premiership coach, of course, with the Pigeons. So, yeah, we've got them all here on a cool afternoon. Good game of footy, though. 4-5-29. Yarrawonga, they lead Myrtleford 4-1-25. Second quarter action for Jacob Hino. Harrington got the ball inside. Sorry, it was Miotto. Got a quick kick on it. And another pack forms. We'll have another ball up. Geez, big Jack Elliott. Isn't he a big unit? Him and Riley Smith are like a couple of big grizzly bears going at it. Forge, held without the footy. No, play on's a call. A swing and a kick there from Willie Wheeler, held without the footy. So Willie Wheeler will have it between half-back and centre wing. Wheeler just chips one over the top to Whooper Irvine, who's very cleverly got the long sleeves, as he likes to roll with.
Rain, hail or shine for Whooper.
Any conditions. Woofer or Woofer, as I like to call him these days. Punts it high. There was Ferguson out the back. Good mark taken there by... Just trying to pick up who that is. In fact, Ashley McPherson, who's been a bit quieter today too. Gus, he hasn't as much work to do. Brady Sharp will kick it off halfback.
It's a sign of a good team when you've got a good even spread of players. You're not relying on your stars The Stars is in the making here in Fraser as he sends the ball out wide, trying to find a handballing target. Not the best whistle. Holding the ball. It's going to be a free kick here to Cam Wilson and the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Lockie Miotta just couldn't dispose of it quickly enough. Inside 50 now go Myrtleford. In fact, Yarrawonga, I should say, and the fist come from Myrtleford. Simon Curtis. Fothergill keeps it alive. Centres the ball. Losing his feet. The crucial moment there was Harrington. And Calvin's kicks Paul. Turned over. Wheeler in towards the pocket. Fraser again. He is absolutely everywhere, the big fella.
He loves
and he's
these
taken
two.
a mark tight up in the pocket. He's going to run around the right boot, snapping at his third. I tell you what, he's putting on a masterclass. Zach Fraser, that's his third. And it's a Mawson's Concrete Play of the Day.
Yeah, as Mickey Gibbons said at quarter time, they're going to try and utilise him in a isolated situation, and you can't turn the footy over that deep inside your back 50 as what Myrtleford did there, and give it to one of the Wheeler boys, because they'll lace out a target every day of the week. And Zach Fraser is he's the main recipient at the moment. He's on a heater, boys.
I tell you what, he's extremely comfortable with that type of shot on goal, isn't he? He loves it.
The young modern players almost prefer it, don't they?
Yeah, I reckon Stevie J, who's here today, would really love that. And he is impressive. This is a bit of an eye-catching performance here from Zach Fraser. Harry Wheeler ran hard at the footy, and good umpiring too. I like the way he made the play, Harry Wheeler. It was a good tackle, and he said, give it to me, or ball it up. Smack in the middle of the ground. Del Bosco working hard over the footy. Oh, clever hands. Willie Wheeler got it onto Harry Wheeler. Left foot kick. Inside forward 50. Lee Williams knocked the ball backwards. Couldn't run onto it. Oh, picked up and dumped. There was Ferguson, I think it was. The free kick's going to go the way of the Pigeons. And taking the free kick is Nick Fothergill. And we all know how good a kick he is, Bob.
Yeah, he's a classy finisher, Nick, isn't he? That was a great tackle. Just hog-tied him, didn't he, really? It was a great tackle, and he deserves a shot on goal.
If you listen on the wireless, he's going to kick it from 49 metres. He sets it up the top of the goal square. Cohill flies over the back. No one's touched it. Frontfelder! Absolutely brilliant. Puts it in the back of the net. Soccer style. Sensational stuff from Basil Hall. And the Pigeons get the first of the second quarter. And Basil runs after about 4 Myrtleford blokes. Runs in, he got chested on the second one, got knocked arse over hit. Well, it's all happening, Bobby Jack, but at the end of the day, it was just typical Basil Frontfelder goal there. Johnny on the spot, opportunist.
Bit of John Cosmina about that finish, wasn't it? Put
Johnny
one in
Cosmina.
Put it in the back of the net beautifully. It was a smart kick by Fothergill too. He realised he couldn't make the distance, so he just put it at a nice height at the top of the square and let the boys play.
A Mawson's Concrete Play of the Day from Bailey Frontfelder. Back in the middle, it's a 16-point lead to Yarrawonga. A game-high lead. Harrington was tackled. Was he dumped? Umpire said no. Free kick. Free kick here. Bob Jackson, talk us through this for Sports Power.
Yeah, it looked like he was just a little bit excessive with the tackle there and wanted a free kick. Harrington was great last week. They're going to need a bit more out of him today. The Yarrawonga. Ooh, Riccardi's been decked on play.
Yeah, watch that one. Kick might have been from Forge. Now the ball spills up to half forward. East turned it over. Yarrawonga regain the footy. Reed Clark, dinky little chipping ball down the line. McPherson dropped it off for Myrtleford. At centre wing, netball court side, long down the line, Muggerel punt. Falls into the hands of Lockie Murphy-Dale. LMD, kick was a worm burner. Mopped up nicely by Tenardi. He got taken late as he kicked it. Out of bounds on the full. Maybe a tad unlucky not to get a downfield free kick there. Mitch Tenardi out of bounds on the full in the defensive pocket here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. We played 5 minutes here in the second term, thanks to Jacopino.
Thanks, Gussie. So at halfback, Pigeons, as Gus said, with that 16-point lead. Oh, another kick in the man of the mark. So it's a little bit mistake city at the moment there. Bobby, I'm just wondering with Jackson East, have they got a run with play?
I think the Wheeler boys are doing a tag team job on Tenardi and East boys. I think they're both sort of keeping a close check on them.
And looks like Miotta and Cam Wilson are going head-to-head as well. So Wheeler boys really starting to impact. There's Harry again, handball over the top, intercepted by Harrington. Got it back to Ashton McPherson. Kick is going to be tight to the boundary line. Murphy-Dale pushed his opponent in the back, did he? He did that for a reason because it was already out of bounds in the full, Gus. And the Pigeons will bring it back into play.
CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, 41 plays 25. Yarrawonga leaders. Whooper Irvine switches the ball to the canteen pocket and in the hands of Brad Ryan. Of course, fresh off a big stint in the Northern Territory with Pints. Well, now, of course, coached by former Pigeon Mark Wiley. as he sends the ball down the line. Working hard to bring it front and centre was Forge for Yarrawonga. Head over the footy, taken high in doing so.
Yeah, reckless.
It's against Riccardi. Free kick to the hoops across half-back. Forge, ball in hand. Waiting for an option to present. He's got Clark short, ignored. Now he's going to get called to play on and dump it long down the line. Where's the big flyers? Well, there's none for Yarrawonga. The Saints could have raffled it. Simon Curtis chops out, sells a bit of candy, breaks around from Wilson. On the right boot, attacks the corridor. Not the best kick. Made Thomason work for it. Tackled by Irvine. Now the ball sits here for Hanrahan. Handballing over the top. Willie Wheeler on the edge of the centre square for Yarrawonga. Right foot chipping kick. Urquhart gets a good bounce. Kicks inside 50. Hoops everywhere. Fothergill uncontested. Clever work too from Lee Williams. Took his defender out of it, and Bob Jackson. That is team footy at its best as Fothergill snaps across his body and kicks the 5th on the bounce for the Pigeons. Williams, Fraser, Fraunfelder, and now Fothergill. That's 3 goals to kickstart the second term.
Yeah, there's danger signs there, isn't there? They're turning the footy over, controlling the ball through the middle, through the Wheeler brothers and Wilson through the middle there, Yarrawonga, and they're really getting good delivery into that forward 50 where Williams can sort of dictate where the ball's going, and then the little fellas in Fraser and Fothergill are going to work. Fraser and Fothergill are an absolute handful at the moment.
The Yarrawonga Smalls are really, really dangerous, and the way Lee Williams is making a contest and making sure the ball gets brought to ground and not outmarked is really standing out in this second term.
At the 27-minute mark of the first quarter, Myrtleford led by 10 points. 5 goals later, the margin's out to 22 points. Pigeons lead, and that's without Lee Masters, who, just repeating, if you only just joined us, he was stretchered from the ground around about the 8-minute mark of the game. And looks like a bad knee injury.
I'll get a Ray White Rule netball update for you shortly. Big Mac, of course, Yarrawonga defending their round 1 opening win over the Premiers today.
I mean, Riley Smith got the tap. Cam Wilson, clever hands, off half-back, intercepted. Harrington kicks the ball, or tumbled the ball in the half-forward, but Whooper Irvine takes a really good grab, a true centre half-back. He plays on. He goes to the netball side of the ground. Geordie Urquhart takes a good one-grabber, centre wing. Has Fraser offering a lead inboard. Decides you go a little bit further. Wilson and Harry Wheeler indiscretion. Fraunfelder ran around on his left. High kick. I got numbers here. Over the back though. Good grab taken by Ferguson for Myrtleford. True centre half back. His kick is a slips catch diving attempt by Tenardi. Now finds its way to Curtis. He had a swing and a miss at Gus. Under a lot of pressure here. Here comes Fraser. Kept his feet. Was he tripped?
Yes.
He was tripped. Did they play advantage? Will they bring the ball back? Play on's a call. Bit of mayhem. Curtis in the end mops up off half-back. 2 bounces and kicks magnificently to Lockie Murphy-Dale.
Myrtleford survive a scare there. That should have been recalled. Murphy-Dale out wide to the running Curtis. Racking up the 40 Winks disposals in a 1-2. He finds big Riley Sharp on a searching lead, who actually just wants to take a bit of sting out of the game here. I would have thought they wanted to keep the ball moving quick.
Yep.
Sharp now plays on, sets sail inside forward 50 for Myrtleford. Thomason, was he held? Umpire said yes. Free kick to Cooper Thomason, 40 metres out, 5 metres in from the boundary, Bob.
Actually, it's the Bren game.
Actually, Bren's going to get it.
Deck Bren. I was with you there, Gus.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I think he might have got blocked on a lead.
Oh, block out the back, was he?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the dead pocket. It's like the Dead Sea, boys. Nothing good's happening out there at the moment, so they need to sort of try and get some focus on this side of the ground.
If they could bring it over this side, it would be much better for us up here, wouldn't it, boys?
Yeah,
so
mate.
The umpires actually paid a free kick 10 metres closer to goal to Bren here, so this could work out better for the Saints as Bren, well, he might have needed an extra 10 metres. It was touched on the line.
By Whooper.
Whooper Irvine got a fingertip. He plays on quickly. Myrtleford 26, Yarrawonga 27.
Well, he's had his hands around a few nice little scoonies down at the Mulwala Club, Gussie, and I reckon he got a nice bit of a hand on that one too, Whooper. Well done. He's had a good game. Now they're going to go backwards to go forward, if that makes sense to you, Bobby.
Yes, mate.
Yep. And Whooper has it again, and look at this. They've got some numbers out here. This kid's been okay, Josh Payne. He runs his full measure. Goes short. There's a couple down in midfield. Winky, you keep an eye on that. Max Finlay has the ball, and he's kicked it towards interchange bench. Fraser in a bit of trouble there. Bustled off by Tenardi. Tenardi's handball was okay. Back to Jackson East. East squared in. Harry Wheeler made him earn every little bit of it. Mark taken again. Gee, that's a good grab by your boy, Gus. big bad Brad Ryan.
And he goes short. He finds Whooper Irvine. Are we taking Whooper's numbers?
We're not, but he's had a heap of it.
Here's Fraser, who's worked his way up the ground. Starting to get a bit of heat and feeling in this game, Bobby J.
Oh, Cranky Harry Wheeler's turned up. I love Cranky Harry. He's great. Not Dirty Harry, Cranky Harry.
Bobby, just watch Jackson East. It looks like Max Finlay's gone to him and started to run with him in his second term.
Irvine finds Cam Wilson between centre wing and half back for the Pigeons.
Is that the start of the year, Gus, from Winky? No, we're not, but he's had a heap of it.
Yeah, well, it's about as accurate, the boys on Channel 7 will give you. That's downfield. That's silly from Cooper Thomason. It wasn't dirty, it was just silly. It's a downfield free kick for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Big Jack Elliott. Have a look.
Well, Big Jack wasn't a huge fan.
I would stay away from him if I was out there.
Fothergill sends it inside 50 for Yarrawonga. Williams the target. Out the back. Sits nicely. They're going to clear defensive lines. Not the best looking kick, but it works out okay. Riley Calvin takes a mark in the back pocket here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. He's going to kick the ball back to the goal square. And he finds Damon Harrington.
Mitchy Del Bosco doesn't take a backward step either. He's pound for pound. I'd have him on my side every day of the week.
Harrington down the line. He finds Sharp, and here come the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Taking a second bounce is Maraca at centre wing. Chips to half forward. On a searching lead is Truan. Fumbled at the crucial moment. Hanrahan's there for the Pigeons. Mops up on the left. Down the line, and he finds Cam.
Yeah, he does it well, and they did create a bit of space there, Gus, because all the Yarra boys were too busy in the blue. But Big Jack Elliott, I was scared up here in the commentary box. Bobby, he was manhandled a whole heap of them.
I'll tell you what, Mitchy Del Bosco didn't take a backward step, mate. I'd have him every day of the week.
Park, boy, they breed him tough there, Big Mac.
Well, Joshy Maraca, he thought, oh, hey, it wasn't me, it wasn't me.
I reckon Del Bosco has some connections up here, boys. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
You can get out of town alive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Get out of town alive.
Anyway, all right, ball's out of play, far side of the ground. Yarrawonga lead 47-26. Yes, Angus?
11 all in the A-grade netball quarter time.
Harry Wheeler, inside forward 50. Curtis marks superbly.
Where would they be without this fella, fellas? He's taken some intercept marks this quarter and saved them on a few times.
Riccardi has the ball at half-back, runs with it, kicks it superbly. Centimetre perfect, almost, to Harrington. Harrington's kick slews off the side of the boot. And Matty Munro will just have to run it over the boundary line. That's where it's finished up. 70 around from the Myrtleford goal. They trail by 21 points, and we've gone 13 minutes, Gus, in this quarter. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Time clock is for Club Mulwala.
They'd be disappointed with that. That's the first opportunity they had with some free footy this quarter, and they butchered it out of bounds on a floppy kick like that from Harrington. Yeah, they got to seize every opportunity they can to get back into this game, and they'd love to have their time over again with that one.
Just backing up what Bobby Jackson said earlier, Simon Curtis up to 11 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Hope you're enjoying the second term. Thanks to Jacob Hino. A Sunday special on O&M Live and 2AY. Ball comes back into play. Gorman won the tap for the Pigeons at ground level. Tenardi, he's a bull there. Feed it to Lockie Murphy-Dale. Retreating was Harrington onto Calvin. Bit off more than he could chew. Found the handball at the back in Murphy-Dale, and the Saints get it up to half forward. Big fly, Hanrahan got some work to do for the Pigeons at the back of the contest. East is hot on his hammer, so too is Munro. The munch, he feeds it out to trying to find a target. Riccardi, he retreats. The Saints have numbers, it's still okay. Maraca with time and poise out wide, and he finds East. Too far to score for Myrtleford, chipping into the pocket. Murphy-Dale all alone. Yarrawonga will really be disappointed with that, Bob. That was a masterclass in moving the ball at pace from the Tricolours.
Yeah, they're starting to get a bit of their DNA back, aren't they? They're starting to move the footy and find some space and actually connect a little bit better than they had prior to that in the first 15 minutes of this quarter. So the signs are they're getting some sort of control back through the midfield with, Matty Munro he's a key. He's got to touch the ball, and Simon Curtis are the two keys in regards to controlling the footy.
Lockie Murphy-Dale looks like Curtly Ambrose here, pushing off the picket fence. He's run up his no word of a lie 45 metres.
I was trying to get the eye.
I reckon we can get a netball and around the grounds by the time Lockie Murphy-Dale has his set shot. In comes now LMD, right foot kick, misses to the right-hand side. A minor score. Myrtleford moved to 4-3-27. Yarrawonga 7-5-47. It's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, and Whooper Irvine has it at fullback for the Pigeons.
I was wondering where you're going with that, Gus. I was trying to get the likeness.
Well, he doesn't have the gold chains on.
No, that's the point. Here he is, your man again. Lockie Murphy-Dale dropped that one. There's an opportunity for young Cooper Courtney, who come into the side as a late change. He's going to be penalised. He's going to win a free kick. He's still been manhandled there, isn't he? Jeez, they made him earn that, the young fella. Cooper Courtney, of course, Ryan Bruce was a late out.
Blood rule.
And, well, that's how much he earned it. He's got to leave the ground from a blood rule.
Yeah,
that's tough, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, I reckon his honker's bleeding again, boys. There's a fair bit of claret coming out of it before when he came
And
off.
he's missing a shoulder on his jersey.
Missing a shoulder.
He's had a rough time. But
He's had his jersey ripped off from him, and he's wearing it. He's got his head poking through his arm sleeve.
There you go.
You can't make this crap up on O&M Live.
There we go. Well, like I said, Gus, he heard every little bit of it.
One of my favourite things to do hit the McNamara Reserve, Robbie.
You've absolutely nailed that. I don't know how the hell that's happened.
I don't know either. Is the headlight test.
Oh,
if
yes.
anyone's listening on 102.1 Edge FM and your car parked up on the far wing, flash your headlights for us. We'd like to see if we've got a couple of listeners here on O&M Live. We're not off to a good start.
Well, there's a lot of AD listeners up here today, but look at that.
There's no flashing.
Towards half forward for the Pigeons. They lead it by 20 points if you've just joined us. 17 minutes gone for Jacob Hino.
I've really fallen on my arse here.
Yeah, not one set of headlights started flashing there.
I'll tell you what Yarrawonga have done really well, I reckon, this quarter, Bob. They've brought the physicality.
Yeah, they have. They've turned it up. They've got cranky, haven't they?
Off halfback, Riccardi needs to insert himself in the game. Kick's not too bad. Over the back, Whooper Irvine. Chasing after him here now is Truan. Truan stays at him. Whooper just paddles it cleverly. Munro's there. Can he get around on his left? No, he can't. Good work by the Pigeons' defence, and they've forced the ball up, which is on the netball side of the ground. Gus, and you just said earlier on that it was 11-all.
Yeah, it might have changed a little while since then.
I'd like to think, Gus.
Yeah, it's now 16-18. Yarrawonga lead over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Taking out of the ruck was Big Jack Elliott for Yarrawonga. Williams worked his way up the ground. Brady Sharp doing a good job on him so far. I've liked that battle. Calveen for Myrtleford. Inside 50, top of the square. Bren handballing over the top. Yarrawonga, the defence stands up. Their defence stands up on the last line of defence. A team effort, and they're going to get a ball up top of the goal square. Dangerous signs here for Yarrawonga. Deep into attack for Myrtleford. Elliott took it out of the ruck. Ryan hacked it forward. Looking for grass. Working hard here is McKenna. Overran the football. Spills out the back. Miotto for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Left it behind. Good hunt on the footy from both sides. Spills out of bounds in front of the canteen here. 60 metres out from Myrtleford's goal. We'll go boundary side. Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
Yeah, with Yarrawonga having all the scoring, kicking 3 goals in this quarter, the only 3 goals, Myrtleford would like to just pinch 1 or 2 back in and think that they've come out of it reasonably unscathed, because I think Yarrawonga's had most of the play, haven't they?
Riley Smith, clever. Handball to the Bren gun. Top of the goal square. That'll be a free kick. Oh, he was held. He was pulled off the ball. Was sharp. The locals aren't happy. Here's a chance here for Fraser. His handball was blocked by Maraca. Crude tackle there by Riley Calveen, and he just gave him a little don't ask you. Basil Fraunfelder saw it. And
he's done his shoulder here, Kogel.
Yeah, Kogel's in a bit of bother. Gee, this Yarrawonga injury toll continues to rise. I hope it's just a stinger for Benny Kogel. Keep an eye on that one, Bobby J. Kogel goes short, and he finds Jack Elliott. Oh, brown paper bag. The good old days of the Carlton Footy Club. Jack Elliott, what a name. This is, I don't know if he's any related, but he has an impact. Kicks it high. Good grab. Really good grab taken by Forge Gussie. True centre wing. Pigeons lead it by 20.
He's going to kick to the hot spot, but his kick was smothered off the boot. Well done by Ferguson. Working, coming off his line with Yarrawonga. The 1-2 from the Wheeler boys. Williams in the pocket. Got there. Great kick inside 50. Harry Wheeler at his best, Bobby J. And this will be 50. Oh, got away with one there.
Mayo, Gus.
Maybe Basil put some mayo on it, Bob.
Hell of a lot.
The Wheeler boys are playing backyard footy at the moment, aren't they? Really, they're just
They
waxing it between themselves, and they're running a merry race there in the midfield.
Here's Lee Williams. He'll kick from 15 metres out. Tied up in the boundary. Goes to Banana. Just can't bend it back enough. A minor score for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Leroy's got 1-1. Yarrawonga have got 7 goals, 6. And it's 48-27 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Winky, give me those stats for the Wheeler boys, please, for 40 winks.
Harry Wheeler's got 11, Willie Wheeler with 8.
Yeah, it just feels like that. Like Bobby, just feels like they've had a lot of the football.
We've got a blood rule here. Bobby J looks to be big Brady Sharp.
Sharpie, I'm not sure where the blood's coming from.
I reckon he's got a nick on the knee, Bob.
Nick on the knee. Yeah, but the Wheeler boys, they're having a lot of influence, not only with the footy in here, but with defensively as well.
Yes.
They're really shutting down that potentially dangerous Myrtleford midfield in East and Tenardi. So they're having an influence all over the ground.
Here we go. Del Bosco brings the ball back into play. It's a tumbler. It'll go over the back of the pack. No, it won't. Gee, that's a good grab taken by Finlay. Oh, sorry, Jack Truan.
That was
No,
Finlay.
sorry, it was
Wrong
Maxie
team, Robert.
Finlay, who's doing a great job on Jackson East too. Kicks it to Forge. Young Payne was involved again there too. So here's Zach Forge. Drives it high up and under. Have we got a leaper from behind? Yes, we have. Ball comes to ground. Look out. Zach Fraser loves this situation. Fraunfelder was there. Curtis got a hand on it. Handball from Riccardi. Got it to Del Bosco. Over the top here to Lockie Dale. Needs a good bounce. Didn't get a good one. Wheeler's all over him like a cheap soup. Harry Wheeler, you beauty. Oh, that's 50. Oh, that could be another one. But he's only going to be right at the goal square now. Brilliant pressure play. Harry Wheeler. Mawson's concrete player of the day.
It's been reversed.
I'll be bugging.
It's been reversed.
Well done, Lockie Murphy-Dale. He got himself out of jail, Gus.
Well, it wasn't his fault. It's Yarrawonga's. They've absolutely coughed up a goal there by retaliating and getting stuck into Murphy-Dale.
Was Basil Fraunfelder.
Harry Wheeler would have had a shot, Gussie, from 1 metre out.
Yep,
Directly in
Fraunfelder
front.
just took it a bit too far. You saw it, Winky?
Yeah, just a bit of jumper punching from both parties.
Do it after the goal. There's your lesson. If you're
Yes.
Do it after it's gone through the big sticks. Myrtleford survive a scare. Riley Big Smith kicks down the line, finds the intended target.
Gus would have put him 27 points up.
It certainly would have. Here's Lockie Miotto, a kick and a half from home. Set sail inside 50 for the Tricolours. Flying high, Thomason. Did he claim it?
Yep.
He did. Cooper Thomason. Third bite of the cherry, the big boy from Bright. He's going to go back and have a shot on goal. Tight angle for the right footer, Bobby J.
Yeah, this could be 12-point turnaround off the back of that silly free kick reversal down the other end, isn't it? Yeah, that's just silly, undisciplined play that I'd no doubt will be brought up at some stage if this comes back to bite him on the bum. But, this fella, he was really, he showed plenty of good signs last week, didn't he, Thomason? And now he's popping up like a true good forward is and having a shot on goal.
North of 100 goals at Bright last year, this young fella.
116, Gussie.
Thanks, David Wink. That's why you're the best on the 40 Winks. Kicking from 30 metres to the town end, Cooper Thomason. The Saints need this. Margin, he's missed. Gee, I thought he started celebrating there. He's missed to the right-hand side for a minor score. So Myrtleford, they move to 4-4-28. Yarrawonga, 7-6-48. CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Yeah, Lockie Murphy-Dale, he went from the outhouse to the penthouse there, Bobby. He got himself out of a hell of a mess there. So, good grab. Geordie Urquhart, shown a nice pair of hands on a couple of occasions today. There's not too many blokes out there today the Wheeler boys haven't sort of bumped in or clipped or they've just been very physical their approach today, Bob.
Yeah, Cranky Harry and Wild Willie.
Yeah, love it. Williams flies high, can't get in. Ferguson got a hot handball to Miotto.
Guess who tackled Miotto?
Yeah, Willie Wheeler. There you go, Wild Willie. They are loving it here today, the Wheeler boys, having just a wow of a time here. Yarrawonga lead by 20 points if you've just joined us. Hot in dispute, that's a high shot. Free kick there, Gussie. Look at that. Pick him from a mile off those. Miotto, free kick for Myrtleford, centre wing.
Well called for the Wangaratta Pump Shop. 24 and a half gone here. Thanks to Club Mulwala. Long down the line. Sharp was the target. Couldn't quite get there. Spills out of bounds for a boundary throw. And we go to David Wink for some 40 Wink stats here on O&M Live.
This one's heating up. Lockie Murphy-Dale leads all comers in this second term with 6 disposals, 9 for the match.
CMV truck and bus scoreboard sees Yarrawonga in front by 20. Here's McPherson. Handball was dispossessed. Willie Wheeler kicks it as far as he can, straight into Riley Smith. Riley Smith gave away a free kick for legging, and it's going to be a free kick to Nick Fothergill. So just behind true centre wing, Fothergill's going to be the recipient of the free kick, Big Mac. 25 minutes gone here on the Club Mulwala time clock, and Yarrawonga have kicked 3 unanswered goals here in the second term.
Yeah, it's been a lot of scrimmage this quarter. It's been tough and rugged. I think there's a free kick. Oh, it looks like one of the Yarrawonga players held without the footy. It was Jordan Urquhart, centre wing, far side of the ground, where the cars parked there do not own headlights. We found out early on today. Here is Harry Wheeler.
They might just not be listening.
Possession number, Winky, for 40 wings.
12.
12 for Harry. Harry's just in a bit indecisive here. So he just chips wide. Sort of not really going anywhere at the moment. Might be Urquhart again. And he'll just pump it long. He does. Inside forward 50. Cohill flies. Was pinched by Willie Wheeler. Handball over the top to big Jack Elliott. He centres the ball superbly. Look at this. Forge marks. 30 out directly in front. Beautifully set up.
Geez, the Wheeler boys having a real influence, aren't they? They're getting their teammates involved, Urquhart's drive into the forward 50, their Kogel's contest on the footy. You know, they're just making the most of their opportunities better, aren't they, Yarrawonga? They every time they sort of get close to goal, they're making the most of it.
Zach Forge, 30 out, directly in front to stretch the lead to 26 points. Forge's kick has missed to the right-hand side, minus score. So it's 49-28. Yarrawonga lead Myrtleford. 26 and a half minutes gone for Jacob Hino. For 40 Winks, David Wink.
There's not too many ruckmen that would have the nous to do what Jack Elliott did just then, to wheel round and centre that ball. Zach Forge, unfortunately, just putting it to the right.
27 minutes gone for Club Mulwala. Myrtleford haven't goaled since the 21st minute mark of the opening term. Murphy Dale for the Tricolours. He finds McPherson across half-back. Mount Buffalo's side of the ground. He's going to want to switch here. I don't mind this for Myrtleford. Let's see if they can open up the fat side. As the halftime siren sounds here at the McNamara Reserve. We'll take a break here on O&M Live and bring you the halftime show on the other side as Yarrawonga maintain their lead at the big change. 7-7-49 to Myrtleford 4-4-28. Here on O&M Live, it's the Saints and the Pigeons on a Sunday special.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Morris dealership, Shoeback Street, Albury.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the McNamara Reserve, the halftime show for Maccas. I'm Robbie McKinlay. I've got Bob Jackson and David Wink with me. Just repeating that score. Yarrawonga 7-7-49, lead Myrtleford 4-4-28. And of course, earlier in the day, it was probably around about 5 or 6 minutes into the game, Lee Masters went down. We first originally thought it might have been a hamstring injury. He played on, he stayed on. He was tackled probably about a minute later. When he tried to get up, he just could hardly move. And it looks like there's some serious concerns about a knee injury on the right knee. So we'll have more about that. Bobby Jackson, you've been down boundary side. You've enjoyed it. Well, a very high quality, fast flowing first quarter. And then to me, it got pretty bit more rugged and physical that second term, and it played into Yarrawonga's hands.
Certainly did. You know, there was 14 shots at goal in that first quarter compared to, you know, you got your 8 in the second quarter. So with Yarrawonga kicking the 3 only goals that second quarter. So it was a game of two halves, I suppose. The ball was zinging about, and once the teams got together at quarter time, they sort of looked like we need to shut certain aspects of the game down, and both the defensive units went to work. And outside those 3 goals in the first the first 8 minutes, it was a bit of an arm wrestle for the remaining 20 minutes of that quarter. So it was a bit of a dour struggle. Both sides getting tested and testy with a few spot fires opening up all around the ground. So yeah, it was a very congested back half of that quarter, David Wink, and I'm sure the stats would suggest that as well.
Winky, just on that, for 40 Winks, can you just go through the stats? 2 players in mind here, Jackson East and Mitch Tenardi. Now, Max Finlay has done an amazing job, I think, running with Jackson East. Let's have a look at those stats for both those players who were so dominant last week against the Albury Tigers.
Well, at Jackson East down for 8 touches, 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and then Mitch Tenardi with 7, so certainly not having an impact.
No.
Last week they had 22 between them in the first quarter alone, so they Yarrawonga guys are really getting on top there, and I think it's been a team effort. I saw Max Finlay go to Jackson East sort of not halfway point, but a bit before that in the second term, and was just following him around everywhere. So I'll be interested to see if they continue that in the second half. We know he did a few jobs last year on Timmy Broomhead and Sam Murray on different occasions as well. So it's a move that's been really beneficial to Yarrawonga so far, and those guys haven't been able to have their normal impact.
On the other hand, Bob, you look at the particular 2 Wheeler boys, their impact on the game has been, I think they've been the 2 most influential players on the ground.
They have, and they haven't sort of been super large with their with their touches on the stat sheet.
12 to Harry, 10 to Willie.
Yeah, well, that's an honest day's work so far. But the defensive work, the tackles and pressure and little 1% things, it goes a long way, and they feed off that. Cam Wilson, he had he was influential, feeds off the back of that. Then you whoop her over across halfback. He's actually controlling the flow of the game, and you get the ball into the forward 50, and they're really dangerous with Zach Fraser and Nick Fothergill both kicking 3 goals in that first half. So without the superstar and Lee Williams having a real influence on the game, he's providing these little fellas, and you
just
mentioned
a straighten up target.
Yeah, and as soon as the ball hits the ground, they're dangerous and dynamic.
Zach Fraser, 3 goals. He loves to snap it over his left shoulder. He's the modern day goal kicker. Peter McKenna used to use the drop punt in the 70s. Zach Fraser uses the round the corner kick, screw over the left shoulder brilliantly.
He did spend a couple of times in the last centre bounce as well, so he's getting some midfield time as well, which gives those superstars a bit of a chop out throughout the day as well.
Those blokes you mentioned, Harry, Willie, and Nick Fothergill, Nick Irvine, they're the 3-2-1 for me. They've controlled the game through the middle of the ground and across half-back for Yarrawonga, and I really like the aggression that Yarrawonga brought in that second term. I think that's when they won the flag in, was it 2023 or 24? Or 23, when they won the flag. That was a real signature of their game, and it started with Harry and Willie in the middle. They're really aggressive at the contest. Not dirty by any means whatsoever, but
played on the edge a bit.
Play on the edge, which is, I love watching that sort of footy and the way blokes play that way. And we saw it get under the skin of the Myrtleford guys, and I think that works in Yarrawonga's favour too.
I'd hate to be the last biscuit at the Wheeler place, Wheeler household as kids. Gee whiz, wouldn't it be like the Tasmanian Devil taking on his brother, wouldn't it? They'd be just full on. Yep.
Do you reckon the parents said go out the back, boys, and sort it out a few times?
Yeah, they might have done it once. And then
Don't have me walk back in.
Yeah.
Winky, we've seen such a contrast in not only in the statistical side of this game compared to last week, but also the way the game's played for Myrtleford. They are. I made the comment it's as good as I've seen Myrtleford play. Today, I'm seeing the Myrtleford side that are just they're a bit flat, but it's half time. Boys, what are they going to do to get back into this?
You're only as good as the opposition lets you play, and I think Yarra went to school on what they saw last week. They've shut down their run. They've controlled the cross half back and make sure they're putting pressure on the midfield through the middle, where it was basically non-existent last week, wasn't it? There was nothing through the middle. There's no pressure at all from the opposition last week, and Myrtleford basically done whatever they liked. So I believe that the Myrtleford will want to control the footy a little bit more. I know Funky goes to school. He's a really astute coach, so he'll be going to school and trying to control the footy, and control the ball, and give for make sure the tempo's on their terms.
Winky, let's have a bit of an look at those stats to half time. Particularly the inside 50s, Nat, and I just got the feeling Yarrawonga might have dominated that last quarter.
Well, in that last quarter, it was actually 9 apiece, so 23 to Yarrawonga for the game and 19 for Myrtleford. But a lot of those for Yarrawonga came early in the second term, where they banged on those goals. And Myrtleford got a lot of reprieve in the second half of that second term, but they missed a few opportunities in front of goal. But Myrtleford and Yarrawonga's defence has really stood up and been really impressive, especially Nick Irvine down there has been terrific.
Just around the grounds for Everton Farm Supplies, Geelong today had a good win over West Coast Eagles, as you'd expect, all part of Gavaround, 122 to 76, and Richmond and the GWS Giants have just started. And later on today, it'll be Port Adelaide against St Kilda. Winky, I'll get you to have a look too. We'll get a netball score update. Of course, today's match, it's part of these two clubs. It's the 6th year they've run it. It's the hashtag Be Kind to Your Mind Shield. That's why you see the Myrtleford players wearing blue socks there today. It's the well-being round for these two sides. And currently, Yarrawonga lead it 3-2. They won the seconds today, and the thirds. I didn't catch the third score, but then 2 of the netball games count. So that's the side that gets 3 wins will take the shield for the day. That's a
fantastic. It's so prevalent nowadays, and being a leader and a coach myself, you've got to be mindful of every aspect of a human, not just a player. Or if you've got a player that's turned up that's not quite right, you need to ask them, "Are you okay?" Or they might say, "Yeah, I'm okay," but the missus or the kids are going through a bit of a rough time. So it's not the initial question that could give you the answer that you're looking for, or the help that you can give the person that you're talking to. It's so many aspects that go into mental health nowadays. Not only yourself, but your partner, your kids, your surrounding, your workmates. So I love anything to do with mental health and mental well-being and helping out of others. I'm all for it, and it's such a crucial part of our society nowadays.
I think it's not only become more prevalent, but teams are doing more to help their players and their partners and stuff as well. So, but that A-grade score, Robbie, we've got a rip snorter over there. Yarrawonga currently lead 30 to Myrtleford 27 at the start of the third.
Isn't it an institution, the Yarrawonga netball? Oh. How wonderful is it just to go through their history? I'd love to. I'm an old school guy. I go into club rooms and look at past premiership photos and all that sort of stuff. But
I reckon they've won about 10. Since it's
unbelievable.
In 93.
Unbelievable out there. They just keep churning it out. It's like they've got their own factory out there.
Of course, they got knocked over last week by Wodonga Raiders, so we know how they'll respond in one fashion. Hey, that is the halftime show for Maccas. Thanks, Winky. Thanks, Bobby. When we come back, we'll be just about ready for the second half action here at the McNamara Reserve. Repeating, at halftime, Yarrawonga 7-7-49 lead the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 4-4-28.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to O&M Live from the McNamara Reserve. We've got a bit of headphone tanglage here up in the box. Nothing like a bit of bush broadcasting. As the siren sounds. A big shout out to everyone in the kitchen here at the McNamara Reserve. We've just been served our fourth course for the day. Party pies and sausage rolls. What an absolute masterclass, David Wink.
Unbelievable. The Wang Rovers are still top of my list, but Myrtleford, Alpine Saints, the way they've looked after
They're on
us
the podium.
the last 2 weeks are certainly comfortably in at number 2. We're yet to offer no beers have been offered. Mario at Wang Rovers comes and organises a couple of frothies for us. But Myrtleford, the way they look after us is second to none. Absolutely brilliant by everyone here involved with the club.
Just one thing, boys, I've noticed here at the half-time break is Myrtleford have basically gone through a whole ball work session. They're really focused on getting their skills. So I dare say they would have been mentioned at half-time that the ball control and the skills that they were displaying in that second quarter is something they need to address. And they would have went through a full 5-6 minute ball session just before they break out to their second half. So that's something that we might ask Funky after the game if that was a real issue for them at half-time.
A 21-point lead to Yarrawonga, and just contemplate this, David Wink. That's without Michael Gibbons and Ryan Bruce, who pulled out before the game. Ryan Bruce, we're hearing, looks like it's a knee reco for him, which is terrible. Gibbo, just a little bit of tightness, soreness around the groin, I believe. And then, of course, early in the quarter, first quarter, Lee Masters was carried from the ground with a right knee injury. So it's obviously not for us to speculate on what it is, but yeah, it didn't look great. So this performance so far in the first half has been nothing short of just character building and a real commitment to the cause. Been a few other little ones. We see a few of the players coming off the ground. Young Cooper Courtney there, he's got his nose sort of and ears and everything else strapped up. He's been in the wars a bit. It's been a tough, rugged encounter. This is what Yarrawonga love. They love this style of footy.
That's a good look on the footy field, isn't it? The old nose tape around the back of the head.
The mummify.
Doesn't do too many blokes favours, the old tape around the snout.
Some could do an upgrade for it, David. Who knows?
Yeah, me included, Gus.
So just look at Max Finlay will go to Jackson East again. He's been running with him for the majority of the game. I think, no, he's actually switched over now. He's going to go with Tenardi. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's been a fascinating contest.
I just spoke to Myrtleford assistant coach Anthony Laspina. The Myrtleford boys got an absolute rocket at three-quarter time. We're back in the middle, and the first clearance goes the way of Myrtleford. Up on the half-forward flank here is Jake Sharp. Set upon quickly, McPherson breaks away, lost the football, nice work. Feeding it out there was Forge for Yarrawonga, now tracking his own footy. Willie Wheeler gets involved. Now Tenardi sells a bit of candy, gets around Big Jack, inside 50, Murphy Dale. I reckon the kick went all of 10 metres, Bobby J, but LMD, he'll go back for a set shot and he'll have to kick it all of 45.
Yeah, the two guys we highlighted at half-time have had impact already, you know, in Jackson East and Mitch Tenardi. They're prime movers for this Myrtleford midfield, and Funky Miller, I dare say he would deliver a good one.
So Lockie Murphy Dale, Myrtleford haven't goaled since the 21st minute mark of the opening term. It was a goalless second term, and he needs this one for the tricolours. Murphy Dale steps up and he misses to the left-hand side for a minor score. So that's his second behind Lockie Murphy Dale. Myrtleford moved to 4-5. Actually, I think, no, 4-5-29. Yarrawonga 7-7-49. Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
Yeah, Whooper Irvine will bring it back in, and I agree. David Wink had him in his top three players on the ground in the first half, and I have to concur with Winky on that one. That's a good long kick, but it's been intercepted. Short kick to Nardi, just starting to find a little bit of the footy. Has Harrington running deep for him. Harrington still running deep in that pocket. He might eye him off. No, he goes short to Mitch Del Bosco, just out of range. He marked it about 55 out from goal. Sees Riley Smith all on his own at centre forward marks. 45 out directly in front. Bob Jackson.
Yeah, that'd be something that the Funky and the coaching group at Myrtleford would have addressed at halftime. Just control the football, hit targets, control the football, and that's exactly what they did. They just skirted the 50, got it in the hands of their best ball movers, and the seas open for Big Riley, and he just took the mark nicely out in front. So this is dead set in front, 45 metres out, boys.
Good vision from Del Bosco, Robbie.
Yeah.
Everyone was within 60 metres of Myrtleford goal.
He nailed it. Here comes Big Riley. Distance shouldn't be a worry, but he pulled it left. An extraordinary attempt to mark there from Cooper Thomason, and it's through. So back-to-back behinds.
I reckon he's got one in him, Robbie, before the season's out.
He will, mate. He'll do something extraordinary.
Something about him that he likes to take a big high flyer.
Whooper kicks in, Gussie, and Yarrawonga lead by 19 points.
Netball court side, trying to find Koga. Well done, Reed Clark. Hasn't this guy rejuvenated his career? Kicking long down the line, searching, trying to find a teammate. Can't quite find Finlay. Taps it to his own advantage. Now it's going to spill out of bounds. Yarrawonga go end to end, and they'll bring the footy back into play. 50 metres from goal, David Wink.
It's one of those contests. I'm just watching Max Finlay and Jackson East that really closely, because Jackson East is starting to get a little bit frustrated with the attention he's getting, which you can understand.
Fair enough too, Winky. Whistle and play here. Just going to be thrown in again. It's tough work in those conditions. Today, a little bit of a breeze to work into there. Big Jack Elliott into the ruck. Up against Sharp. Jack tried to hug it and take it with him. A lot of players over the ball. That with last score we got around the grounds, Gussie, for Everton Farm Supplies. The Yarrawonga were only leading Myrtleford by 3 goals. So it's on that netball flank there. The game we can see in the distance is continuing. You might have a score, Gussie.
Yeah, Yarrawonga 39, Myrtleford 29. We're in the early stages of the final quarter. 18 goals to 6 in this last term for Yarrawonga.
Cam Wilson has a free kick. 70 out from goal. Kicks it to 25 out. Flying in front of the pack. Taking a good grab is Ryan Crisp. And he plays on immediately. Kicks to the open side of the ground. Thomason's come up a long way. He marks at half-back, Gussie. Yarrawonga lead it by 19. 4 minutes gone. Third quarter action for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Has to be a contender for the rising star this year, Cooper Thomason. I know he's in his early 20s, but first year in the competition. He looks to be a youngster with a big, bright future here at Ovens and Murray level. Here's Harrington in his 50th senior game today for the Saints. On the Tenardi, kick was smothered off the boot. Well done by the Munch, Matty Munro. Left it behind in the end. Cooper Thomason got busy.
Clever.
One hand, got it boot to ball, and he's found a teammate in space.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Truan, inside forward 50. Murphydale all alone. Marks, does he want to go to Munro? He does. Munro over the top. Joe the Goose. Riley Smith. There's Myrtleford's first in the second half. Running on top of the ground are the tricolours, and it was beautiful football, all set up by Cooper Thomason's brave effort there. Bob Jackson.
Yeah, Cooper Thomason was involved in it right from the back pocket where he got the switch kick from the defensive unit. And then oh, pardon me, I just burped then, sorry. And he was involved, he's coming off for a spell now, he's involved in it. It was a 150-metre effort by the young fella. He's done really, really well there, and he had to get that kick out because Munch was on his own and Murphydale was on his own, so it was a fantastic effort by the boy.
Yeah, he had the skill set to be able to get that hurried kick. But and Lockie Murphydale, don't underestimate how hard that handball was to execute on the run over to Munro. And himself, Munro, beautifully weighted handball over the top. And Big Riley, a ruckman, he had just picked a cherry off the top of the tree. Thank you very much. Gorman's handball, Jack Elliott. Quick hands now to Fraser. Fraser inside forward 50 for Yarrawonga. Curtis overran it, won't matter. Mopped up there by East. Got it back to Del Bosco. Del Bosco's kick finds Harry Wheeler. Hurried handball. Big Jack Elliott pumps one to the top of the goal square. Curtis backs into the play with courage and takes a terrific mark. Mawson's Concrete Player of the Day contender, Gussie, from Simon Curtis. Not the first time we'll hear that all year.
Harrington, short down the line. Murphydale got sandwiched late by Forge. Umpire said nothing in it. Tenardi left it behind. Coming through now, Wheeler onto Big Jack Elliott. Oh, a bit of candy from the big boy. Up to half forward, if you don't mind. Big Jack finds a teammate in Fraser, who was electric in the opening term. Standing start, kicking into the pocket. Kogel all alone. Ben Kogel's marked, 45 metres out, slide angle. Kicking probably into the teeth of the breeze, Bobby J.
Yeah, he certainly is. That's the dead pocket over there. That's a hell of a kick to get it through there. But I can't help but think the Lockie Murphydale free kick on the wing was very fortunate. Unfortunate, I suppose. But that's footy. Footy we commentate. But yeah, big goal. Yeah, big goal.
Nick Kogel needs this one. Already got a minor score today.
Ben Cohill.
Ben Kogel, my apologies. What did I call him? Nick. That's not great for me. Nick, Ben, call him what you like. He's kicked the goal. For the Yarrawonga Pigeons, they moved to 8-7-55. Myrtleford 5-6-36. That's all on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
Yeah, I reckon Ben would have kicked that too. Nick would have kicked that, Gussie.
Played cricket with Nick Kogel in Blackburn.
I was about to say, I know.
Funny how names stick in that.
Nick Kogel, wasn't she an actor?
Oh, hello.
Here we go. Back breaking news in the football. Ben's kicked the goal. And Yarrawonga get the much-needed response. David Wink on the 40 Winks.
Yeah, we'll straighten you blokes up. Harry Wheeler has continued in this second half. He's had a couple touches early on the 40 Winks stat sheet. Mitch Tenardi getting involved with 3 for the Myrtleford Saints in the third term.
Here we go. We're back into it. Smith roves his own work, fed a handball out, but it's intercepted by Cameron Wilson. Kicks it to half forward. Zach Fraser. He's looked dangerous every time he's been near the ball. Calvin, hurried, rugged kick. Now, here's a go here. Riccardi, if he gets a bounce, he might not. Murphydale overran it. Back to Riccardi. Riccardi sees an open forward line. Intercept mark. Brilliant by big Tommy Gorman. Handball release is good. Over to Brad Ryan. Kicks it to half forward. Here's a go here for the Jess Koopman lookalike, Gussie, which is, in fact, Charlie McKenna. And we'll go down to you, Bob. What'd you see?
Oh, I just let the boys play. That was not a free kick.
Reece Grant took the advantage, found Declan Brent at half forward for Myrtleford, kicking inside 50. Murphydale on the lead. He's got an option all alone in the far pocket. Gets it there, trying to find Truan. Wants to bring it around to the fat side. Murphy Dale once again. Oh, goodness gracious. They've made a meal of this one, Myrtleford. Inside their defensive 50. Yarrawonga survive a scare. Wheeler links up with McKenna. Oh, my lordy lord. McKenna long down the line to a 3-on-1. The 3 prevail. Gutsy work from Ferguson. Umpires found a free kick. Gee, Myrtleford a stiff there. Myrtleford a stiff. It's a free kick to Cogill. It's going to be against Brady Sharp. Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
It was anything but a high contact. The umpires signalled high contact. There was 3 other free kicks before it was a high contact.
Centre wing, Cogill looks for Fraser at half forward. Over on it. Ryan Crisp is there. Fraser beat the tackle, slipped a handball. And wearing number 63 now is Cooper Courtney, because he had his jumper torn to bits in the second quarter there. So he's changed Guernsey number 63. Cooper Courtney.
What did you say, Gus? He had his head through the arm sleeve of his jersey?
Extraordinary. 19-point lead. There's a throw, a free kick. Going to go the way of... He pointed the wrong way originally, or did he? Or not?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Free.
Yeah, all right. Big Jack Elliott. Careful, Jack. He half-volleyed the return. Sometimes I've seen 50 for that. Thomason marks half-back, Gus. Plays on, far side of the ground. He looks like he's got Simon Curtis.
In fact, it's Reece Grant.
Oh, it's Reece.
Reece takes a bounce, breaking away with pace. Williams hot in pursuit. Left foot kick down the line, chopped off by Bailey Fronfelder. Footsteps will do that to you. Great chase from Lee Williams. It's unrewarded running. And it's going to result in a turnover here for Yarrawonga. Bailey Fronfelder's got it across half back. Kicking long down the Mount Buffalo side of the ground. Cogill flew high, spills out the back. Ferguson in pursuit for Myrtleford. Stops, props, retreats, and he finds Sharp. This is Brady. Right foot kick, not his best. Straight back into the hands of Wheeler for Yarrawonga. Harry bounces it. Didn't come back to him. Throws it on the boot inside. 50. Out of bounds on the full. So not a great display of Australian rules football there from Harry Wheeler. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick in the back pocket for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. 55 plays 36 here on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We've played 10 minutes for Club Mulwala.
Inside handball. Maraka kicks it to the wing. Finds Riley Sharp. He'll go short. The lead is offered by Riley Smith. The big fella marks. He's been moved to centre half forward. Gets a couple of leads here. Murphy Dale from behind. Over the back, Riccardi. Murphy Dale, can he run onto it? He just needs to gather it. Riccardi is going to give a Shepherd. Murphy Dale traps it. Goes a long way back to Curtis. Curtis sits on it. He's trying to milk a 50 here. Play on's a call now. Curtis goes short. McPherson snuck forward. Couldn't handle the hot footy. Coming through hard was Wilson. Free kick. Whistle. Yarrawonga. Advantage real played here. Bailey Frauenfelder off half back. Chips the ball to centre wing. Swinging, turning. McKenna. Played on. Can he get past Reece Grant? He can't, Gus. Well done, Reece Grant. He's kept the Saints in it.
Certainly has. McKenna has another crack. So does Reece. Getting involved now. Myrtleford have some numbers. Harrington. Handballs to Sharp. Now Simon Curtis on centre wing. Wants to find an option. Stops, props, finds one. Maraka handballing over the top. Under the pump of the Saints, but Maraka's breaking away. Kicking inside 50. Out the back, Murphy Dale. Bob Jackson, what did you see?
Yeah, behind the play.
Against Miotto?
Against Miotto, an unwarranted mishandling of one of the Wheeler boys by looks of it. That's Harry? Cranky Harry's back, yeah.
Now
Just
Clark.
undisciplined.
Clark kicks down the line, wasn't on the same page as Cooper Courtney, up towards half forward. Oh, Chris got Fraser in a good big arm. Spills out towards the back, working hard is Finlay, now Cooper Courtney. He's got the mummy headband on. Umpire got whistle in mouth, blows it now, calls for a stoppage, and will ball it up 60 metres out from goal.
He had the mummy headband and he got the daddy headlock from Jake Sharp. Big Jack Elliott palms it beautifully. Here he is, our boy Jack Payne. And Payne, he's going to get a free kick. Too high, they say. He's got a chance to give it to Forge. Forge might go back to Payne. No, Forge runs around his opponent, drives it long. Top of the goal square. Plenty of numbers there. They're all Saints. And there he is, Simon Curtis. Intercept mark, taken, driven. She's going to open up here, Gus. Miotto's got it, and he's got a few options.
For the Wangaratta Pump Shop, here's Miotto kicking down the line, looking to find Riccardi. Got a nice bounce to the Sharon. Breaks away at half forward. Inside 50 goes the kick. Well done, Brad Ryan. Read it like a book, out of fist in front of the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Out of bounds for a boundary throw in, Bobby J.
Yeah, Myrtleford at the moment, their own worst enemy, aren't they, really? They're just struggling to finish off all their good work, either through ill discipline or poor decisions or poor skills. They're just their own worst enemy at the moment.
Just a couple of times, Bobby, they've had the chance just to deliver a handball they've decided to play on. They're just not opening that play up. Here we go, Sharp. Might have been held in the ruck contest. Fed out the back. Got numbers here, the Pigeon. Whooper Irvine, a swing and a miss at it. He might be penalised that he does. So the umpire, I said a swing and a miss. Well, that's exactly what happened. It was a free kick for incorrect disposal. Will go the way of Riley Sharp, who has yet to kick a goal today.
What they need now is an experienced player like Sharp to go back and do something that's straighty 180 and do something that's just in the confines of the game and put one through. Nothing fancy by trying to hit a short pass or top of the square. Go back and put it through like an experienced player should.
Has been moved into the ruck in the start of this third term with Riley Smith going to centre-half forward to try and get involved in the game.
Here he comes. He decides to go short. I reckon they've got that wrong too. Jesus. Why not have it shot from there? The short kick didn't work. Williams was buffeted off the footy. Here's a go. Look out here. Zach Fraser had it. The speedster. A beautifully weighted kick over the top. Running onto it is Charlie McKenna. Can't pick it up. Fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It just would not sit for the young fella. All he wanted was a good bounce, and it just didn't happen. It's days like those sometimes. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's through for a Mirage point. So there's two chances at either end of the ground.
That's some of the worst football.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
Oh, wowee.
It didn't sit for him, though, to be fair.
Oh, he got a bad bounce. What a play, though, from Zach Fraser. This kid is lining it up, Luke Francis' man. Myrtleford survive a scare, and they must kick the next one. It's as simple as that.
Gussie, I actually thought Fraser might have just taken it upon himself and just keep going and going and going. He's so quick.
Here's Truan on the right boot, down the line. Too much for Murphy Dale. Riley Smith, happy to see it across the chalk. In front of Bob Jackson for Sports Power.
I reckon if Yarrawonga had to kick that goal, Funky Miller would have ripped that coach's box apart. He'd be tearing his hair out up there at the moment.
Don't worry, we're hearing a few thuds.
My Lord.
And it's not coming from our box, I can assure you of that.
Dear, righto. Centre wing, throw in. Sharp does well. Riley. Jimmy Hanrahan tracks it. Matty Munro's after him. Munro does well. The two left footers. That ball went out. Well done. And the young boundary umpire there spotted that superbly. So, they need one here. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints trail by 20 points. This game is ticking away. It's 16 minutes gone in the third quarter. That's for the Club Mulwala. And at the moment, it's the Pigeons by 20, Gus McLeod.
Smith got front spot, ordinary boundary throw in. Munro at ground level for Myrtleford. Burrows his way through. Umpire calls for another ball up. So Myrtleford have only kicked one goal since the first term. That's not going to win you too many games. Ovens and Murray footy. They need to change that and change it quick. In the hands now of Maraca. Top of the goal square. Murphy Dale had 3 to beat. He was no chance. And Brad Ryan took a big, strong intercept mark. He's going to play on quickly to the runner and Bailey Fronfelder, but he's got a few tricolours to beat. Clever from Curtis. Yeah. Left it for Truan. Now Truan wants to give it back to the experienced user. Curtis, inside 50, needs a target. Searching on the leaders, Riccardi. Centres the ball. Big fist from Hanrahan. Saved what would have been a certain shot on goal from Lockie Murphy-Dale. And out of bounds for another boundary throwing deep into attack for Myrtleford.
So one goal since how long, Gussie, did you have?
21st minute mark of the first term when Matt Munro goaled.
It's only one goal in 2 quarters of footy. Must score here. 17 minutes have ticked over. Boundary throw in. Myrtleford deep into attack. 2 Yarrawonga players forced it against each other. Forge eventually wins it. Kicks it. It's out the back. Curtis, geez, had some numbers this quarter. That's a possession for me, Winky. He punched it 20 metres forward to Del Bosco. It goes backwards to Curtis. Curtis will probably come across the half-back line here to Calvin. He does that. Now they've got Miotto this side close to the club rooms. They want to go it. They won't. They keep it short. And it looks like it might be Thomason has got it. Tenardi, sorry.
And he goes short to Del Bosco, who looks to be on a wing now. I don't mind this move. Myrtleford have got the magnets all over the shop, but they've just got to turn this into a conversion. Inside 50 is left alone as they go back into the hands of Del Bosco. So Del Bosco's 80 metres from goal. He's going to chip the ball once again. They've got to get it inside 50 with more penetration and a deeper entry. Running inside 50 now is Truan. Dispossessed. Umpire said holding the ball.
Yep.
Free kick to Jimmy Hanrahan for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Bob Jackson, boundary side for Sports Power. The Pigeons can't, the Saints can't buy one.
the Saints just don't seem to have any system going inside 50. They're all just trying their hardest just to get it done. Well, there's no real method in their madness at the moment. It's just nothing seems to be working. They're not getting the ball in dangerous areas. They're turning the footy over outside 50 without even giving the forwards a chance to get some scoreboard pressure on.
Nice chiselling kick from Stevens, went to Wilson. And now it's gone back to McKenna. Oh, Jack Elliott's missed one there over the top. Handball's got to be good. It is. Finds Munro. Munro goes short. Murphy Dale gets it on the first bounce. Shimmied, shaked, went left, went right. Maraka's kick is clever. Munro can't quite drag it in. He's tucked away on the boundary. Sharp got a handball back to Munro. Boomerang from Munza. Misses to the near side. Minus score. Margin is now 19 points. Myrtleford trail Yarrawonga. Gussie, 19 minutes gone.
Bob Jackson for Sports Power. Keep an eye on the way Myrtleford's back six are setting up. They seem to have a whole wall of defenders sitting behind the play at all times, and Myrtleford are just kicking it into their hands from what we can see up in the box. So now at the 19-minute mark, 56 plays 37, thanks to Club Mulwala. Yarrawonga have turned it over. Poor kick in the hands of Tanati, up towards Smith on the 50 arc, inside 50. Jake Sharp marks. Jake Sharp has marked the ball 45 metres out, and I reckon he got one of the Jats crackers, Bob.
I'll take your word for that.
Bit high, maybe. Still could have been.
He needs to go back and put this through here. There's no two ways about this. He needs to...
We know he's capable of kicking big goals in big moments. The elimination final comes to mind against Lavington at Button Park last year, where he kicked one from 40 metres out from a standing start. Jake Sharp, the former coach of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, must kick this goal. He'll kick it from 50 metres out to the Mount Buffalo end. In the hands of the big number 2. How desperately they need this one. Jake Sharp sets sail. Distance isn't a problem, nor is the accuracy. Margins back to 13 points. Brilliant kick of the Sharon from the big leader. It's a Mawson's Concrete Player of the Day on O&M Live.
Exactly. Well caught. He needed to kick that, and his club needed him to get some momentum for all this football that they've had. They've controlled the footy from 80 metres out, and they just seem to be turning the footy over 40 to 50 metres out from their own goal. They need to get the ball in dangerous situations, and to get a goal on the board just gives them that little bit of confidence, a little bit of encouragement to keep getting that ball inside 50, that this hard work will get rewarded.
40 winks, David. Wink.
Speaking of inside 50s, they've had 11 in this third term. They've only got the one goal. They've had a lot of dominance in this third term. But let's hope that they can keep getting it in there and keep creating opportunities.
So, can they get another one? Bring the margin back to around about that 7 points. It'll be game on. This game is really, really hot here at the moment. Overrunning it was Jackson East. Can he find a bit of the footy? Great diving tackle. Oh, that is a cracker from Riccardi. Mawson's Concrete Player of the Day. He'll go short. Can he pinpoint someone? Oh, good grab. Thomason, he should kick this. The youngster does! He's got his second. The Saints get their second in a minute, and the margin is back to 7 points, and the Saints are on the rise here. There's no safe lead at this joint, Bob Jackson.
No, you did right. Thompson's a star. He's a star on the rise. He's coming to this competition with a goal-kicking reputation, and he hasn't let us down. That's a real opportunist goal there. Didn't get the right delivery that he got, but geez, he was back in the play, and it's just a snap. That's just a goal kicker. Goal kickers know how to kick goals, boys, and that was a sensational finish.
Well called, Robbie McKinlay, thanks to Mawson's Concrete. David Wink.
Simon Curtis, he's had 5 touches in this third term. Mitch Tenardi, we called for him at halftime to step up. He's had the 5 in this third term as well. While Jackson East still being well held.
Smith back into the ruck for Myrtleford. East and Tenardi both in the engine room with McPherson. They lose the clearance. Inside 50 for Yarrawonga. McKenna brought it front and centre. Where are the crummers for the hoops? Fraser looks dangerous. He left it behind. Cogill pushing Calvin out of the way. Maraka's getting busy as well. Free kick. No, umpire's going to ball the football up. So the first time we've seen back-to-back goals from Myrtleford since the first term when Matty Munro kicked the double. And the margin's back to 7 points here on O&M Live. Thanks to our good friends at Albury-Wodonga MG. Wheeler, dispossessed, got the handball away. Clark under the pump. Riley Smith applies a big crunching tackle. Now Gorman, handball trying to find Courtney. Wasn't on the same page as him, spills out for a boundary throw-in. So Myrtleford trails 7-7-49, Yarrawonga 8-8-56 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We've played 23.5 minutes here in the third term for Club Mulwala.
Next goal, massive here at the McNamara. Harry Wheeler over the back. His handball was chopped out. Del Bosco did well. He was tackled straight away. I hope he's going to ping him. Gee, I don't reckon he had too much options there. Harry Wheeler wins the free kick, and it was his brother Willie who got it out of the centre clearance. The Wheeler boys standing up, tight to the pocket, from behind. The fist comes. Snapshot. Fothergill. Here's Williams. Here's Lee Williams. Can't mark it on the second bite. Myrtleford have got a few numbers here. Kick over the top. Now, do I hear a whistle?
It's coming back.
It's play-on's a call, so a bit of confusion. Miotto, you get rid of it. The Declan, the Brengun. Over to Riccardi. Inside handball to Brengun. Here he goes, Declan. Kicks it long. Watch Murphy Dale. Takes the mark. 30 out directly in front. Great transportation of the Sharon. It went coast to coast. Murphy Dale a chance to get the margin back to 1 point. 24 gone third quarter.
I think that whistle you heard, Robbie, was against Lee Williams for abusing the umpire, and he's still having words with him as we speak now.
All right, here he goes. Lockie Murphy Dale directly in front. Kick on the way. Bang. Puts it through for the Saints. They've got 3 in a row, and they trail it by 1 point. It's game on here at the McNamara. Bobby Jackson.
Yeah. Finally, they got the football in their terms from the back half, and you can see how dangerous they can be when they get the ball out in the open. And Lockie Murphy Dale he sprinted a good 100 metres to receive that footy, and Myrtleford, they're just chipping away. They've had majority of possession of the football this quarter, and they're starting to get some reward on the scoreboard.
Great coaching from Myrtleford. They've had a different look inside 50 on nearly every entry, whether it's Riley Smith deep, Cooper Thomason deep, or Murphy Dale. They keep changing their options, and Yarrawonga seem to be one step behind them. Back in the middle, 1 point ball game on O&M Live Super Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on 2AY and Edge FM, or on Snap Print Solutions, O&M TV. Trav Cartwright with his cocktail umbrella. And Jackson and Luke from Wangara Indigo Computers bringing you the pictures this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG. We've got another ball up here.
I'll tell you what, Gus, that umbrella that Travis Cartwright's got to be like a gauze door in a submarine on Bondi Beach. Not handy at all.
It's about as handy as an ashtray on a motorbike. Here's Big Jack Elliott from the clearance. High up and under, right foot kick, trying to find McKenna. Good use of the body from the veteran. Curtis fed it on to Ferguson for Myrtleford. Down the line, intercepted by Hanrahan. The boy from Kareen stood up here, and he's working his way into this game.
Yeah, he's been good, Jimmy. And shout out to there'll be a lot of the power supporters watching, I'm sure, on the live stream. They had a good win yesterday, and Big Jack Elliott.
They got internet out there.
Dial up.
Gus used,
Dial up.
Bit like our friends at Kahuna watching yesterday, Gus.
There's some nice little bank accounts out that way. Don't you worry about that, Gus.
They got the satellites, do they?
Shout out to Darky Collins, too, one of the greats. Here he is. Another boy from out that sort of territory. Cam Wilson pumps the ball to half forward. Whoa. Right on the siren as it echoes out across the McNamara Reserve. What a quarter of footy. The Saints have got themselves back into it. They trail at Gussie at three-quarter time by just 1 point.
We'll take a break here on O&M Live and bring you the fourth and final term on the other side of the break. Thanks to Harvey Norman Betting, Yarrawonga lead 8-8-56 to Myrtleford. 8-7-57. It's a Super Sunday special here on O&M Live, and a blockbuster final term coming your way next, where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Specialists, Wagga Road, Lavington.
OMFNL Live on 2AY.
Three-quarter time on O&M Live sees Yarrawonga in front by a sole point. As we go to David Wink for the premix king, quarters best. Winky, who was the best in the third term?
I thought from Myrtleford, Simon Curtis really stood up, but also Lockie Murphy-Dale was really dangerous inside forward 50. Josh Maraku had a really good term as well. And then for Yarrawonga, Zach Fraser still getting amongst it for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, but this game could go down to the absolute wire, fellas, and hopefully we get a close one like we did yesterday.
Lee Williams not mucking around at all. He's already got his players in position, Bobby J, while Craig Miller, he's taking his time with the tricolours.
Yeah, Lee doesn't muck around, and the big emphasis was using this side of the ground to attack, get the ball in on the
clubroom side?
Yeah, the clubroom side, where the other side's been the dead side all day. So they seem to think that the ball movement seems to be quicker this side of the ground. Whereas Funky, they spent a lot of time, early doors in that break, getting treatment for blokes who, they're main movers, they're main runners on the outside. They really want the ball to move. They really want the ball to find space and use their strengths and get the ball in nice and deep. So, both coaches were hard at work, different techniques, different methods, and we'll see how it all works out.
But Bobby, just Reece Grant going into the change room here, I noticed, went up the race, but it could be for the toilet break. I'm not sure.
I just had a quick chat to Stevie J, who's down here actually watching the Yarrawonga Footy Club, and I said, how'd you go yesterday? And he said, we didn't actually play. The team that they were lined up to play, the Lara Footy Club, folded. So that was a bit unfortunate. So he's
folded.
Folded.
They folded start of the season. David Wink, 40 winks.
Jackson East has gone to the goal square, and Max Finlay has gone from the centre circle where he expected him to line up, and has gone all the way deep with him. So Jackson East going to play out of the goal square to start this fourth term.
Well spotted from our man David Van Winkle in the booster seat this afternoon. If the booster seat wasn't on, I don't reckon Winky would have been able to spot that one. I'm not even lying. There's a booster seat.
No, you're fair, Nick. I know you are, Angus.
It's one of the best seating operations from David Wink.
Better than the one we had at Martin Park yesterday.
Here we go. 1 point ball game. The final term for KFC. Go the Colonel.
Good on you, Gussie. Riley Smith got a fist to that one. Knocked it about 5 yards forward. Umpire says, give it to me, boys. We're going to ball up. So 56 to 55. We start the last quarter for KFC. That's on the border switchboard scoreboard. Here's a chance. Jake Sharp, who kicked the team-lifting goal in the third quarter. Sweeping handball to Brody Riccardi. Inside ball. Fisted away by Jimmy Hanrahan. Finds its way back to Sharp. Here's a chance for McPherson. Lurking out the back for the ball will sit for him. Willie Wheeler, brilliant. Oh, look away, handball to Forge. Forge decides he'll kick long. To half forward. Up they go in front. As a whistle is going to come back.
I think it
might have been out of bounds, was it? Okay, so the ball's going to come all the way back to about 70 metres around from the Myrtleford goal in that netball pocket.
Just a quick one there, Robbie. Reece Grant's come back to the bench. I think he just had a bit of bark off the knee, so he's got a bit of tape put on his knee, and he's ready to go.
Thanks, Bobby.
Nice work, boundary side for Sports Power. Bobby J. In the ruck, Big Jack up against Riley Sharp, who gets it inside 50. East is there. Umpire said, no, out of bounds. Bring it back here. David Wink on the 40 Wink stat sheet. What's been quiet on the stats?
What's been quiet is not a lot. Ashley McPherson, he's had the 9 touches. Look to get him involved in this fourth term to create some run and carry for the Saints.
Of course, he was our Revel training player of the day last week. Big shout out to Twitty and the boys at Revel Training. Murphy Dale from the stoppage. Kicking on goal, minus score. Scores a level. 8-8 apiece on O&M Live. Border switchboard scoreboard. Whooper Irvine will bring it back into play from the town end for the Pigeons.
So level at the 2-minute mark of the final term. Irvine, been one of the Pigeons' best. Runs his full measure. Drives it long. Urquhart takes up front position. Yeah, Harrington got him over the shoulder. So another one who's been a bit quieter today, Damon Harrington. Winky, he was spectacular last week.
He had 22 touches last week against Albury.
50th game for Damon today, Big Mac.
Yeah, gee, and his footy's just getting better and better. Urquhart pumps it long, and there he is, Nick Ferguson. I think I saw his old man Ronnie got put into the Rovers Hall of Fame very recently, so well done there to the family. Ferguson's a nice chipping kick, finds Harrington. He looks, he goes short, beautifully played. Finds Thomason, I think he's too far to score. Chip over the top, Tenardi needs to be courageous, he is! He takes a great grab, Mawson's concrete player of the day, Mitch Tenardi, and a chance. Any score will put Myrtleford in front. He'll kick from 40 metres out directly in front.
Great call, Robbie. That was courage personified. You're running into the never land, and you're not sure what's coming your other way, and you're trusting your teammates to make sure that they give you the right call. And he trusted Jackson East there all the way, and fantastic mark.
Here it is. So Mitch Tenardi, been a little bit quieter today. Can he give him one before he heads west? You betcha. He's put it straight through the guts. Under pressure. Calm as you like, kicks a goal from 40. Saints lead it by 6. I reckon they've kicked 4 in a row now to take up that lead.
They've certainly banged a couple on in a row. Mitch Tenardi goes back, puts that through. He had 7 disposals in the first half, 5 in the third, and it's already had 2. So it's really lifted in this second half for the Saints.
We just had a word come through from our live stream producer, Jackson and Luke Chilcott. We've got a contingency of viewers in Los Angeles watching this game.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
What sort of nick would they be in?
They're with Snoop Dogg, not very good nick, I don't think.
And the Buffalo Soldiers and Bob Marley as well, if you can pick up me drift.
Yeah.
Back in the middle of the ground.
Got your drift all right, Gussie.
We'll ball the footy up once again. 62 to 56. Myrtleford hit the lead for the first time since the 28-minute mark of the opening term. Tenardi, lucky not to give away a free kick there against Wheeler. Another repeat stoppage. Smith and Jack Elliott in the ruck. Nice work from Maraca. Spills around at ground level. Calvin getting busy. Head over the football. Socket forward by Tenardi. Kicking in danger. A little bit stiff for mine. There wasn't too many hands around the footy. And this is clever work from Ashton McPherson. He just let Harry Wheeler retreat his own footy, Robert. And
yeah, it was a poor throw from Reed Clark. It's just a little 1%er, Gus, but it's taken 15 seconds out of the game.
I'm pretty sure Reed Clark's a cricketer as well.
Yeah, he should know better. Pumps it long. Riley Smith lurking out the back. Couldn't get it on the second way. Here's Basil Fraunfelder. Dangerous situation. Bounce will be critical here. It breaks left. It was a leg break for Basil. He wanted an offie, and it's going to be a boundary throw in, but it's deep into attack for the Pigeons. That's where they want it. They lead it by 6 points. almost 5 minutes gone on the Club Mulwala time clock. It's fourth quarter action for KFC. Myrtleford lead by 6 points. Here's a chance here for Cogill from the ruck. Snap on goal, misses to the near side, minor score. 5 point lead to Myrtleford. 5 minutes gone. Winky, give us something stat that might just make my jaw drop.
Well, I've got one for you. I got a message from VB's finest ambassador, Big Tommy Goodwin, who said you can shove LA up your you-know-what. Try tuning in from the hospital where his beautiful partner, or wife I should say, Alana, is in the process of a labour delivery. So good luck to the team Goodwin as they make their way down towards Yarrawonga from Arnhem Land. We are a global product on O&M Live. And I don't know how with some of the garbage we're producing. He's Sharp across half forward for Myrtleford. Left it behind for McPherson.
Here we go.
Here's Maraca. This is better from the Saints. On to Thomason in the centre circle. Right foot booming kick. Inside 50 for Myrtleford. Murphydale at the back. Drop the mark. Spills nicely. East resting forward. High up and under into the pocket. The munch. Matty Munro got a bad bounce. Got a bad bounce, out of bounds for a boundary throw in. In fact, it might be on the full here.
Yeah, I reckon it is, Gussie.
On the full, Hanrahan goes short and he finds Whooper.
How nervous, Bob, would you be as a backman when you've got East, Murphydale, Munro lurking around?
Jeez, he's a Murphydale dangerous every time the ball gets near him. He's an excitement machine.
He's like a fox around a chook house, isn't he? One of those little chickens straight, bang, straight down the gob. That makes sense?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I think you get me drift, Bob.
Yep, catch it. Yep, got it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you've probably never seen foxes, these blokes. These Hay and Holbrook boys. Whooper Irvine. He's a crafty operator, Whooper. Kicks it down the line. Netball side of the ground. What'd you see, Winky?
I just Murphyd Saints play getting thrown through the air.
Fergo.
Yeah.
Murphy Ferguson. All right, boundary throw in true centre wing. Just a bit of a lull here as 7 minutes is about to tick over. Myrtleford leads 62-57, Gus. Final quarter action, KFC.
Boundary throw in. Elliott's been good in the ruck up against Sharp. He's good when the ball hits the deck at ground level. He's Big Jack, product of Metro footy. Nice hands. Came from Murphydale onto Tenardi. Top of the goal square. Bounce is crucial. Hit the post. Hit the post, Mitch Tenardi. He's already had a big start to this final term. Myrtleford extend the lead to 7 points. 7 minutes gone for Club Mulwala.
He kicked a similar goal last week with the same style of ball. It wasn't a perfect kick. It swiveled and swerved everywhere, but that time hit the post. 6 point margin. Curtis from behind brought the ball to ground. Here he is again. This Mitch Del Bosco. Oh, you're in trouble here. Jake Sharp got a quick kick. Tackled by De Bosco was sensible and clever. He won the footy back. He kicks it inside forward 50. Murphydale, was he pushed?
Has to be a
yes, he was. Bob, what'd you see?
Yeah, he was panicking, the defender there. I can't quite see who it was. I've just got a wall of players in front of me, but
it looks like it was Josh Payne.
Josh Payne, was it? Yeah, his hands full with Lockie Murphydale. He's dangerous every time he goes to footy, and he played that perfectly. He was nervous, the defender, and he just, his default action was to grab the jumper, and that was a free kick to Lockie every day of the week. I tell you whose game I like.
Oh, look at this on the left. He plays on. He finds Simon Curtis. Curtis goes long from downtown. Bang, bang, bang! Whoa, the Saints stretched the lead to 2 goals. It was lax defence from the Pigeons. And Murphydale gave it to Simon Curtis. He doesn't kick many these days, but he's one of the best field kicks in the business. And he banged it home from 50 for a steel line goal of the day.
I was just about to say I'm loving the game of Josh Maraca, but boy, geez, the veteran down the back, the class, the pro, Simon Curtis has been brilliant today. He's been outstanding, quelling all the forward thrust from Yarrawonga in that second quarter when they were rampaging to now setting them up and kicking goals from outside 50. Smart by Lockie Murphydale, smart.
Great call, Robbie. He's had 19 disposals, has Simon Curtis, and just created so much run and cut off a lot of Yarrawonga's offence. From that half-back flank, he's dominated and has probably been the Saints' best player out there today. 5
goals on the bounce for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Sharp, Thomason, LMD, Tenardi and Curtis.
And they've got a really good matchup, Gussie, and it's nothing against Charlie McKenna, but a young, inexperienced player. He's the man Curtis is playing on at back flank. He's picking and choosing when he wants to go.
Ball truly in the court of Yarrawonga, and they must respond. Big Tommy Gorman injected in the ruck for the Pigeons up against Smith. Gorman flies, but Smith got the tap, crumbs his own work and fed it to Miotto. Miotto's got a runner. It's Riccardi in the long sleeves, kicking to half forward for Myrtleford. Inside 50. East is down there. Well done by Finlay. Come off his man well. Bombs it long down the line. We've got to play it down in the middle of the ground. Keep tabs on that, Bobby J. Here's Ferguson, left it behind for Myrtleford, then regathered. Looks to find a handballing target at the back of the contest. He did. It was Reese. Now Yarrawonga. Kick it long via Wheeler to a paddock of space, and it lands in the lap of Brady Sharp.
I think it's Zach Fraser, boys. He might have just copped a knock to the mid-drift on the way past. I didn't quite catch it.
It might have been a bit lower, Bob. If you want to elaborate.
Lower for some.
Oh, and he looks to be in a bit of discomfort here. He'll make his way off the ground.
Just to back up some of those stats you were saying there before, Gussie, Myrtleford's kicked 6 of the 7 goals in the second quarter, really take control of this game in the second half.
That's after not kicking one at all in the second term. Is that right, Gussie?
Yeah, 6 of the last 7, and they've kicked the last 5.
This game should keep playing.
I'm not sure why they stopped here.
Yeah.
Unless it's blood rule.
Doesn't appear to be.
No blood rule. He's a bit second hand.
So 11 minutes gone here for Club Mulwala, Big Mac. And I'll tell you what, the ball is well and truly in the court of Yarrawonga. They must respond. Brady Sharp. He goes long down the line for Myrtleford. Finds brother Riley. Oh, good contested mark.
And he's lifted, Gus.
He certainly has. Been injected into the rucket stages today and found his way into the game. All 3 Sharp boys have been superb. Of course, just repeating the news, Myrtleford are down. Yarrawonga are down to 3 on the bench with Lee Masters off the ground all day. Riley Smith, inside 50 for Myrtleford. In towards the pocket. At ground level, no one really had a good bite of the cherry. High free kick, Myrtleford's way.
Jake Sharp, is it?
And it is going to be Jake Sharp up against Willie Wheeler. And he's already kicked 1 big goal today, Jake.
Just reckless coming in there, Wheeler. Just he had to take his time and control the footy over the top of Sharp, and he just got him high, played it well. The Sharp boys have lifted, haven't they, lads?
They certainly have.
Well, he kicked that big goal, Gussie, didn't he?
To bring the margin back to 13 points at the 20-minute mark of the third.
Spot on.
So Jake Sharp, distance will not trouble him. Kicking to the town end, he'll have to kick it 40 metres on the slightest of angles. Big moment, big player. Jake Sharp misses and he puts it wide. To the right-hand side for a minor score. Could it be a handy point? Margins at 13 points for Border Switchboards. Whooper Irvine not wasting any time.
Yeah, straight away plays on. He finds Stevens at half-back. His old man, a premiership player at the Pigeons. He finds Brad Ryan, who's been very solid down back for Yarrawonga. Doesn't make too many mistakes. But he just goes down the line now. Lee Williams from behind is checked. Tommy Gorman takes a grab. Gee, they were falling down everywhere there in front of Bob Jackson. Smothered, play on. Good work, Riley Sharp. Paddles the ball, spun out of trouble. Look away, handball. Fothergill was clever. He got it. He got beset upon. Here's a check. Harry Wheeler goes to ground. He'll be tackled. It'll be a ball up. What do you spotted, Gussie?
Yarrawonga are very unlucky there. Riley Sharp was not the nominated man on the mark and he smothered the ball. So could have been a 50-metre penalty. I reckon the umpires could have missed that one, Robbie.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Gussie. Sharp won the tap again. The Bren gun. Hurried look away handball. Fraunfelder had to do the same. Maraca busy at the ball. Numbers there. This is right in front of the Myrtleford club rooms. Their supporters are behind them now. They lead the game by 13 points, and we've gone 13 and a half minutes. About halfway through the quarter, Gus.
Thanks to Border Switchboards and Kentucky Fried Chicken, the game's heating up. Clever work from Big Jack. Got it to Fraunfelder. Nice work from Reed Clark. The handball found Fothergill on centre wing. Raking one to Big Tommy Gorman. His hands were good. Reed Clark's got it, and the kick's crucial. Into the pocket. Williams needs to fly, but he wasn't on the same page. Simon Curtis chops out for Myrtleford. Wants to switch out towards the scoreboard side, and he's got our man Reese.
He does a 1-2 with Reese Grant. Grant got the handball back to Curtis. Curtis runs. Beautiful pass. Finds East, I think it is, out in the far side of the ground. Numbers for Curtis, please. David Wink for 40 winks.
21 for Simon Curtis.
Playing on is Jack Truitt. He's got space. He's got a chance to find Smith. He half volleyed it. Brad Ryan was close. And he knocks it out over the boundary line. I'll tell you what, for mine, he's as good as anyone on the ground. His second half has been amazing, Simon Curtis.
Certainly has. Bob Jackson, what are you seeing for Sports Power at ground level?
There's about 55 coaches behind me and about 65 umpires right behind me, yelling in my ear like I've never been yelled at before. It's fantastic passion here. Footy in the hills, boys. I love it.
Never been yelled like that before, as you were telling me you've been to 56 Mad Mondays, Bob, yesterday.
I did all the yelling.
What a remarkable stat. Here's Simon Curtis.
56 Mad Mondays.
Right on cue.
They start him young and hay.
Inside 50 for Myrtleford. Big Smith takes a big, big mark, and the big fella's cramping here, Winky.
Yeah, the pickle juice was out for young Zachy Fraser just before on the bench for Yarrawonga. They might need to get some out to big Riley Smith, who has looked really, really dangerous after moving into the forward line, and Riley Sharp's really played a role going into the ruck.
His last 2 or 3 games last year, boys, in the final series for Myrtleford, and his first 2 games this year, he's been outstanding, and he's thriving being the sole ruckman, isn't he? He's really, really thriving.
So Riley Smith, I reckon this would make it near on impossible for Yarrawonga. If he kicks this from 50, I reckon it's curtains. Right foot kick, top of the goal square, flies high, across the face, rush through for a minor score. So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 71, Yarrawonga 57, Border Switchboard scoreboards. We've played almost 16 minutes here on O&M Live, thanks to Club Mulwala. But as simple as this, Robbie, Yarrawonga need the next.
Yeah, straight up the guts, and that's where they go. They've got, it's a good kick too, on centre wing. Fothergill punches it long and hard to half forward. Cogill couldn't take that grab. Harry Wheeler was there. He created the block for Cogill. Cogill got it to the young fella there, Josh Payne, who was just tackled immediately by a couple of Myrtleford defenders, and it'll be balled up just slightly forward to centre for Yarrawonga. They trail by 14. 16 and a half minutes gone. Wheeler comes out, didn't have the footy, was Harry. He's pinged him. Well, I'm not sure if he had too much control. And Tanati, who really has stepped up in this later stage of the third quarter and this last quarter, Gussie, finds Matty Munro, centre wing, and he drives it to half forward.
Long down the line, Reed Clark doing a big job here on Jackson East. Jackson East paddled to his own advantage. Nice hands from Thomason. Fed it to Munro, who fumbled at the crucial moment. Whooper Irvine, searching handball. It's turned over. Riccardi breaks away into the corridor. 1-2 with Miotto. Fumbling was Ferguson. Got a bit of a block. Regathered the football, kicks down the line, found Thomason. This is nice from Myrtleford. They've got to get it inside 50 quick. Riley Sharp wants it in space. That's where he kicks it. Riley Smith! Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Cometh the moment. Cometh Big Riley.
Well called, Gussie. He was out of position, but just wheeled himself into position, and because he's so big and so agile, he took a fantastic mark. This guy's growing before our eyes, fellas.
Yep.
He's slowly but surely becoming one of the premier ruckmen in the competition. He's vying for that top three or four spots in the rucking division.
If he kicks this goal from 20 metres out on a 45-degree angle, Yarrawonga will have to kick 4 to win it.
Yeah, good point.
To the town end, in comes Big Riley. Right foot kick through the middle. The Saints are going to be hard to catch. Riley Smith with a steel line goal today extends the margin to 20 points, and the Tricolours are running away with the 4 points on Super Sunday.
This has been some turnaround in the second half from what we saw in that second term. It looked like Yarrawonga were going to go on with it, but Myrtleford have kicked the last 6 goals and have been really impressive, even with their star player Jackson East been a little bit quiet. They've had big second halves with Simon Curtis, Lockie Murphy-Dale and Mitch Tanati all stepping up and dominating on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, since the 20-minute mark of the third quarter, they've kicked the last 6 goals. And we are now gone 18 minutes into the final term. I think Harry Wheeler will finally get that free kick. I reckon he was owed. It's Willie. I think that, hey, got to go to Harry, is it? No, Willie's got it. All right. No, come back. Come back.
It's actually meant to be Harry's kick.
I
But
thought
I reckon the umpire's got the bros confused.
He has indeed. Harry's the one that got... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Wheeler kicks it into half forward. Williams flew high. Couldn't get it. Can they get a late one here? Chance here. Snap by McKenna. It is a real good old-fashioned mongrel up-country punt kick, Gussie. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. It missed the sticks by a long way, and Simon Curtis will bring it back in. Winky, what do you got for me?
Well, that reminds me of, I saw a ball get kicked onto the roof at Raiders one day from a shot on goal. So that was a spray off the side of the boot from Charlie McKenna.
That's extraordinary.
Long down the line, here come the Tricolours. Jake Sharp on the Mount Buffalo side inboard. Finds Riley. In fact, it's Josh Maraka. My apologies. Down the line. Finds the intended target. Cooper Thomason.
Good boy.
This guy's a star. He's got vice-like hands. Kicks inside 50. Smith again. No, sliding in front. Taking the mark.
East.
It's Jackson East, who has gone to the goal square in this fourth quarter, and could it be a masterstroke?
Great move, Gus.
Of coaching from the Funk.
Yep.
Does he kick this one, Bobby J?
Oh, if anyone can, this guy can. He's kicked some good goals in his time here at Myrtleford. They've got a dangerous look going forward, haven't they, Myrtleford?
He's the Morris medalist to seal the deal to the town end. Jackson East misses, minor score. 21 points the margin, 20 minutes gone for Club Mulwala. The terms here today have gone 33 minutes, 26 and 27. So by rule of average, they've only got about 6 minutes to go.
I reckon that'll be it, Gussie. Hey, Bobby.
Yes,
There's
mate.
a lovely lady sitting behind you on a chair and a table. What is her role?
I don't know. She's given plenty of advice all
Why don't you
day.
ask her for me?
No.
All right, fair enough. Let sleeping whatever lie. Here we go. Handball to Tenardi. Quick kick. That works sometimes. Big Riley. Oh! He inadvertently collected Jimmy Hanrahan. And it was clumsy more than anything. There was no malice in it, but hey, they bred him tough out at Corrine. And Jimmy Hanrahan just got up, shook his head and said, yeah, you got to do better than that, big fella.
I reckon Riley Smith's about 110 kilos of brute force, and Jimmy Hanrahan will feel that one all week.
Brad Ryan, good pass to Willie Wheeler. They're just settling things down here. The Wheeler boys. Big games today from both of them. Pops the kick. Clever. Off the ground by Harrington in midair. And our boy Jimmy Hanrahan takes the mark. He's as tough as nails, Gussie. Don't worry about that.
Looking out of the corner of his eye to make sure Riley Smith wasn't coming to collect him on the way through. Brad Ryan's been good at centre-half back for Yarra today.
Real good, Gus.
Played a vital role in defence, and his role's going to get bigger this year with Lee Masters potentially out for an extended stint. Down the line. Oh, what a mark from Sharp. Big Riley Sharp. He's got to be in the best players today. Been at centre-half forward and in the ruck. He's done everything. Stepped up when the Saints need him most. Going to chip the ball inboard. He finds Tenardi. Tenardi's going to chip and find a teammate in Maraka who's been good today. It's Josh Maraka. 78-57. Border switchboard scoreboard. Myrtleford lead here. Ball's in the hands of Cooper Thomason.
Thomason kicked a couple. Just had a quieter start to the game, but geez, really impacted over the last 3 quarters. Nice drop punt, depth-wise. Murphy Dale in front of the pack, good grab behind, taken by Willie Wheeler, who marks very well for a person with he wouldn't be over 6 foot. Basil Fraunfeld, he's just like he's always trying to escape, trying to get out and get running. Goes short, finds Reed Clark. I reckon that carried 8 metres, Gus.
If that.
Now Clark, they're running out of time, 22-50 metre penalty. Well, they still trail by 21 points, Gus. And they have got, we reckon, maybe 4 or 5 minutes in this game.
If that. So Clark, the man on the mark's on the point of the centre square, so he chips short to Wheeler. Willie Wheeler marks, 55 from home, into the lead of Fraser. Did he get there? Yep, he got there. So Fraser's going to have a shot on goal. We might get Winky to go next door to the timekeepers and find out how long. Fraser doesn't like the kick, so he goes to Cam Wilson. Laterally, and Wilson's going to have a shot on goal, Bobby J, from 45 metres out, slide angle.
I'm not sure this is an easier kick, is it? With that breeze, it might make it a little bit more difficult, but experienced campaigner like Wilson, he should, is it Wilson or Fothergill?
Yeah, Wilson, mate.
That's Cam Wilson. Yeah. So to bring it back to 15 points, here's Cam Wilson, right foot kick, looks okay, he's put it wide. He's put it wide, minor score, 58-78, 20-point ball game. Club Mulwala time clock update.
3 minutes to go, boys.
So it just had to go through, Roberto.
Yeah, it had to go through, mate, for any forlorn chance. Curtis's chip kick is told to play on. Went to Ashton McPherson, who kicks it out of bounds on the full. And it will be Charlie McKenna who will retrieve his own footy, bring it back in. So they've kicked the last 6 goals of the game here. Long kick into half forward. Williams from behind. Ball came to ground. Myrtleford player takes on the pack, and he's been brought down, and it will be a ball up. So ball up, 15 around from the Yarrawonga Gold. Myrtleford lead by 20 points, 24 minutes gone. Gussie, and for Wang Pump Shop, take it away, son.
Hope you enjoyed the final turn for KFC. Elliott's been good in the ruck for Yarrawonga. Tenardi tackled, didn't quite stick. Now Willie Wheeler snapping from the top of the square. Class and Cream rises to the top. Steal on goal today from Willie Wheeler. It's all going to be a consolation goal, unfortunately. Margin back to 14 points with 90 seconds to go here on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. Bobby J, boundary side.
Yeah, the Wheeler boys have tried hard all day, haven't they? They've really tried to keep their club in the hunt, and yeah, I just think the the soldiers that they lost before the game, and also Lee Masters early in the game as well, that they really just ran out of gas, particularly with that midfield rotations and stuff. And they've flown the flag all day, the Wheeler boys, haven't they? They've really tried hard.
Well, that's their first goal since the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. So in between that, Myrtleford kicked 6. So they turned around it's almost a 20-point deficit into creating the same amount. Now it's 14 points, but just on around about 2 minutes to play here. Back in the middle of the ground. Sharp, who's gone in the ruck's been fantastic. Up there against Big Jack Elliott. Harry Wheeler got a push in the back. He got a nasty shove. Well, just going to have to do something extraordinary here. Handball has gone out to Jimmy Hanrahan. Runs off half-back. Kicks it long. Whooper Irvine weighs up his options. He's gone forward. Forge is there. Here's Basil. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball, Gussie. And Mitchie Del Bosco told him. And there's a bit of home and away. He's Sharp. He's good at that bit of caper. Not much in it, Gus.
So's Basil.
So's Basil.
So Del Bosco in the back pocket. There's the 50 amongst the Bronx cheers.
Sharpie's letting him know too.
Well, Basil was arguing the point there where they had the what's that rule that they introduced last week, the American rule, the mocking rule or whatever it was. He got a bit of a tap on the head from Big Sharpie and he was just remonstrating the umpire. So.
Well, he gave one of them away in the opening term, so he's better be careful, Basil.
It was actually the second quarter,
second
wasn't
quarter,
it?
Apologies.
That was a big one too. That would have put him 27 points up.
Here's Murphy Dale to pump Myrtleford deep into attack. I reckon Smith's off the ground, so each flies high. Kicking from a standing start, smothered off the boot. Head over the footballer's Bren. I reckon he dragged it in. Umpire said no. We'll ball the footy up. So 26.5 minutes gone here for Club Mulwala. The Saints maintain their lead, 78-64. Up goes the Sherrin. Pinballing around. Umpire's going to ball it up once again. 30 metres out from Myrtleford's goal. They're going to get the Chockies on a Sunday special here, Big Mac.
They will indeed, Gussie. So Riley Sharp, what another tap. Another Willie Wheeler kick out towards Williams. Clever tap towards Frontfelder. Tackled straight away by Reece Grant. Eventually got it out. Brady Sharp, high up and under. Inside forward 50. Spoil. Jimmy Hanrahan out the back. Been good today, Hanrahan. Sweeping handball. Finds Coghill. Gives a little clever one to Frontfelder. Hurried kick to half forward. Myrtleford got that. Oh, that's a big push. Massive push in the back. Free kick will go the way of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Just trying to pick up who is
Big
it.
Jake.
Jakey Sharp. He didn't have to put any mayo on that one. He goes backwards. They'll milk it from here, Gus. Simon Curtis has it in the middle of the ground. He goes short. And he's found out there on half forward flank there. It is Jack Truan, and he'll have a long attempted goal here. Might as well go the barrel. He's got to kick it from 55. Jack Truan comes in, does the barrel, and it's a Barry Crocker. But Gussie, Myrtleford get the chocolates. They were in trouble. They trailed by around about 4 goals at one stage, but they win it by 14 here at the McNamara Reserve. 11-12-78, Yarrawonga 9-10-64. It's 2 from 2 for the Saints.
Yarrawonga led at every single change here on O&M Live, and a big rev come from Funky Miller at half-time, and the Saints responded as the Saints go marching in on Super Sunday.
They do indeed, Gussie. 2 in a row here at the McNamara.
The Saints will be very, very happy this afternoon here on Super Sunday in front of a decent crowd at the McNamara Reserve, and plenty of people tuning in on Snap Print Solutions, O&M TV. David Wink and Bob Jackson are making their way out there to decipher who the Rebel Training Player of the Day will be. Make sure you jump on Facebook and Instagram and search Rebel Training Albury to sign up for their opening offer deals, Big Mac. Big shout out to Jared Twitt and the team at Rebel Training for joining us here on O&M Live in 2026. The Saints go marching in, 78 points to 64 here on O&M Live. And a good game of footy, Big Mac. Really enjoyed that one.
You know, if you looked at, we talked about the Saints at half-time and what they could do and that, and they looked a shadow of themselves of what they were the previous 7 days, but they found it in the second half, mate.
Let's go boundary side to Bob Jackson. He's got the old-timer, the veteran, our Rebel Training Player of the Day, Simon Curtis.
Yeah, boys, I've got the old pro here, Simon Curtis. Just controlled things across half-back today, mate. They needed you in that second half. The things were going, the footy was going against you boys in that second quarter.
It was. I thought Yarra really good today. They brought energy, fight. They were hard in the contest. I thought their midfield was super in the first half, and well done to our boys. Like, we fought back. We were 20 points down or so, and weren't running. Sort of lacked a bit of energy, I reckon, and yeah, really good win.
A bit honest feedback from the coach at halftime, mate, and 7 goals to 2 in the second half. I think the feedback might have hit the mark.
Yeah, he wasn't happy, was he? But yeah, no, I think he's done an awesome job with the group. We've really built over 4 years. And yeah, slow start. I mean, from what he would have been seeing up there, he wouldn't have been too happy, rightly so.
Once you control that ball through the middle, you got the game back on your terms and pretty much gave that forward 50. That's really dangerous and really good footy.
Yeah, I thought like our strength with our mids and the way we moved the ball with lots of short and our run, we just didn't bring that in the first half. And when we did, I think it's pretty hard to defend.
Well done, old fella. Good stuff, mate. Well done.
Simon Curtis, our Revel Training Player of the Day, with the best on-ground performance.
Even the old fella holds that sign upside down. He's been roped into this.
They love holding the sign upside down. I don't know if the sponsors like it all that much, but anyway. Simon Curtis, our Revel Training Player. Grab a chat with someone, Bobby J.
I might grab Mitchy Del Bosco for a walk and talk. I'll grab the skipper for a walk and talk, mate. Good second half. The coach give you a bit of honest feedback at half time, mate.
Yeah, we got a fair rev up in the rooms there at half time, and yeah, everyone responded really well to it, and it was fairly well deserved by us. We just weren't hard enough at the contest in the first half, and yeah, obviously you could see that changed in the second half the way we played.
It looked a bit like that way. A couple of old times in yourself got a bit of attack on the footy and showed the way, and the rest followed.
Yeah, some of the older heads really stood up well, and we threw a few magnets around, and guys just responded to being in different positions, and it was great to see.
Geez, the new fella's got sticky fingers. This fella here, number 10, Cooper Thomas, and he's got some real sticky fingers.
He's great, mate. I hope he uses coming down to Ovens and Murray from the Ovens and King as just as a bit of a stepping stone to launch himself into some better footy down the track somewhere.
Yeah, you got one there, mate. Enjoy it, mate.
Mitch Del Bosco with Bob Jackson there. As the boys are going to make their way into the rooms.
Actually, I've got another walk and talk here. I've got Jackie Crisp here. How you going, Jackie? How you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. How you going?
What do you think of that?
That was a great win.
Yeah, the boys showed a bit in that second half.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, actually. It was actually quite nice to watch.
Get in there and listen to the song, mate. Well done.
How good's that from Bob Jackson? A bit of AFL talent here on O&M Live, Bobby J. That's good from you.
That's how I roll, bro.
The Bobwa.
Jack Chris, Stevie J here today, mate. We get them all here, don't we?
We get them all courtesy of the best in the business, Bobby Jackson. Thanks to Sports
such
Power.
A great comp, mate. We produced this, like both local boys, you know. But gee, the football we've seen this year, mate. I'll tell you what, it's gone up another level.
Myrtleford trailed by 22 points at the early stage of the three-quarter time.
Yep.
And they've run away victors by 14 points. We're going to try and make our way into the rooms. We might have just lost Bobby there. I hope he hasn't turned the mic off. There we go, we're back. We're going to do our best to go in the rooms. We know Myrtleford like to do the big shush, make everyone quiet before they belt it out. The Saints salute on Super Sunday here on O&M Live to the tune of 14 points. We'll take a break and do our best to catch up with both coaches on the other side of the break. Myrtleford salute here on O&M Live. Stick with us on 2AY and Edge FM, because here on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.